that.
Oh. Okay, it's on.
When you're ready, he's going to go up to about here, and then this is your main one. Start.
Oh.
So like, they're talking, I can't hear much.
Oh. You can hear? I can. Can you hear me? Wait, talk again? Talk again? Hello? I can't hear you.
I think it's those two, not, I don't know. No, Dad, it's these two that are the ones. I don't know what that means.
Hello? I can hear you, I think. Can you hear me?
I don't think Reagan is on.
Hello? Yeah, I hear you.
Oh.
I hear you. Wait, say it again. Hello? Hello? I think. I think I can hear you. I hear that. Hello? Hello? Can you hear yourself? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's Eagles on the Air broadcast, the JV match against LSA. What we just missed is LSA just killed against our Lady Eagles. The score is 1-0 LSA. What's their mascot?
Pioneer.
Set by Ella Olson and over by Bella. Hit over and out by number 10, McKenna Robbins. That is a Eagles point. The score is now 1-1. Number 1, Ella Olson back to serve for the Eagles. This ball is over and in and passed by Sarah Horn. Over by number 1, Kylie Rutledge, and a kill for the Pioneers. The score is now 2-1 LSA. Back to serve for LSA, number 10, McKenna Robbins. This is a... And this ball is over and in. Set by Olsen and smacked down by Sophie Vreeling. It's a great kill by Sophie. The score is now 2-2. It's all tied up. It's 2-2. Number 4, Isabel Barker serving for the Eagles. There's a sub for the Eagles. And for LSA. Looks like Claire is going in. And it was 3 for 10 on it for LSA. And this ball is over and in. And hit by Kylie Rutledge. Ooh. Great hustle, but it looks like it hit the top of the basketball hoop. Great hustle there by the Eagles. The score is now 3-2 LSA. Mallory coming in for libero. And number 12 serving. And this ball is over and in. Passed by Lillian. Up by Ella and over and out. Great swing, though, by number 12, Brooke Thompson. That is a LSA point. The score is now 4-2 LSA. Caroline Shetman over and in for the serve. This ball is tight, and it's up. Great work Saved. there by the Eagles. Great up by Lillian. Passed up and dumped over. The score is now 5-2 LSA. Great hustle by the Eagles there. Caroline Shetman back to serve again. This ball is in the net. Eagles point.
That was a miss serve for LSA. The score is now 5-3 LSA.
Okinsella coming in for Sophie. And Lillian Drennan back to serve for the Eagles. This ball is over and in. Tried to dump over by the setter.
But she misses it. That is a Eagles point. The score is now 5-4 LSA.
Lillian back to serve. This ball is over and in. Set by Okinsella, but called a double.
That was a good try by her trying to get that up. The score is now 6-4 LSA.
Alexandria coming in. And number 2, Shelby Burns coming in to serve for the Pioneers. Shelby with the serve, and it is out. Eagles
out.
point.
The score is now 6-5 Lutheran South. There's a sub for the Eagles.
Valentina coming in for Brooke Thompson. Valentina will be serving. This ball is over and in.
Ace! That's an ace for Valentina. The score is now 6-6. It's all tied up.
Valentina back to serve again. This ball is in the net.
That is a miss serve for the Eagles. The score is now 7-6 LSA.
Another sub, Sarah Horn coming in for number 7, Emily Adams. And Sarah will be serving for the Pioneers. This ball is over and in. Passed by Bella. Great save, but not over the net.
It's a great hustle by the Eagles. The score is now 8-6 LSA. Pioneers are back to serve.
Number 14, Sarah with the serve. This ball is over and in. Passed up by Valentina. Ella with the set. And over and in by Claire.
That is a kill for Claire. The score is now 8-7 LSA. Eagles are going back to serve. Looks like there's a sub for the Eagles.
Gracie coming in for Claire. Gracie will be our server for the Eagles. And this ball is over and in. Passed by Ainsley. And over by Mallory. Great save and a kill for O.
It's a great kill for O. The score is now 8-8. It's all tied up. Eagles are back to serve.
Gracie back with the serve. This ball is short in the net.
That is a Pioneers point. The score is now 9-8 LSA.
Caroline coming in for Mallory. And looks like Ainsley, the libero, will be the server for Pioneers. And this ball is over and in, passed by Gracie. Great set by Ella and over by Bella. Set up by Shelby and tipped over by number 12, Caroline Shetman.
That is a kill for LSA. The score is now 10-8 LSA.
Ainsley back to serve again for the Pioneers. This ball's over and in, passed by Lillian, set by Ella, and rolled over by Bella. Set by Shelby, close, and in the net.
Point. That is an Eagles point. The score is now 10-9 LSA. Eagles are back to serve.
Number 13, Okinsella is back to serve for the Eagles. This ball is over and in. Set up and tipped. Great up by Valentina. Set by Sophie and over by Bella. Passed up by Ainsley. Set and out.
That was a great hustle by the Eagles defense there. The score is now 10-10. It is all tied up.
Ogunsilla back to serve for the Eagles. And this ball is over and in. Sent back over and tipped by Ella.
That is an Eagles point. The score is now 11-10 Eagles.
Eagles took the lead here. Ogunsilla back to serve again. And this ball is out.
That is a missed serve for the Eagles. That is a Pioneers point. The score is now 11-11. It is all tied up. There's some subs over there for LSA.
Kylie coming in for Shelby. And Brooke went in for Alexandria for the Pioneers. Brooke with the serve for the Pioneers. Over and in. Up by Gracie. Pass by Sarah. Set. And over by Kylie. Set by Ella. And free ball over and out for Sophie Vreeling.
That is a Pioneers point. The score is now 12-11 Pioneers.
Brooke Botten back to serve. And this ball is over and in. Passed up by Gracie. Set by Ella Olsen and tipped over by Sophie Vreeling. That's a kill.
That is a kill for Sophie. The score is now all tied up 12-12. Looks like there's a sub for Fort Bend.
Brooke Thompson came in for Valentina Covarrubias. And over and in. Tight to the net, and she couldn't get it over.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 13-12 Eagles.
Ella Olsen back to serve. This ball is over and in. Passed up by Brooke. And over by Kylie, but it's out.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 14-12 Eagles.
Ella Olsen back to serve for the Eagles. This ball is over and in. Set up by Brooke and tipped over by Caroline. Set up by Ella and over by number 4. Set up by Brooke and over by McKenna, and they can't get it up. Block.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 15-12 Eagles, and there's a timeout.
Do we have?
I said I got it.
We have.
Oh.
And we're back.
Ella is back to serve for the Eagles.
Great serve by Ella. Set up by Ainsley and over by Kylie.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 16-12 Eagles. The Eagles are on a run right now. Ella is back to serve again for the Eagles.
This ball is great, and it's an ace.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 17-12 Eagles.
Ella Olsen back to serve. And it's an ace!
That is a point for the Eagles. That is an ace for Ella. The score is now 18-12 Eagles. Ella is on a run right now.
Ella Olsen back to serve again. Over and in, passed up by Ainsley, set up by Brooke, and rolled over with the block.
That's a block for Sophie. That is a point for the Eagles. The score is now 19-12 Eagles.
Number 1, Ella Olsen back to serve. And it's out.
Sophie had a good run there, but that is a Pioneers point. The score is now 19-13 Eagles.
McKenna Robbins back to serve for the Pioneers. The serve, passed up, Lillian, and over. Passed up by Ainsley, set by Brooke, and over by Caroline, and it is in.
That is a kill for the Pioneers. The score is now 19-14 LSA, or Eagles, my bad.
McKenna Robbins again with the serve. Over and in, passed up by Lillian, set by Ella, and hit by Brooke Thompson. Free ball over for the Pioneers. To Ella, to Sophie Verlink, and it's not able to get to.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 20-14 Eagles. There's a sub for the Eagles.
Claire coming in for Gracie.
There are some subs for LSA too.
Bella with the serve, passed up by Ainsley.
That is a replay.
Refs weren't ready.
Eagles back to serve again. The score is 20-14 Eagles.
Number 4, Bella Barker back to serve. This ball passed up by Ainsley, set by Brooke. Tipped over. Looks like a carry for Sophie.
That is a Pioneers point. The score is now 20-15 Fort Bend Eagles.
Mallory McGee coming in for libero. And Caroline Shetman back to serve.
There's a sub for the Eagles. This is
Kendall Stallings.
for Isabella.
Shanked by Kendall.
That is a point LSA. The score is now 20-16 Eagles.
Caroline Shetman with the serve. Into the net. Number 11, Lillian Drennan back to serve for the Eagles. This ball is over and in. Set up by Brooke. Big swing, but passed up by Kendall. Oh, with the, and a block.
That is a block for LSA. The score is now 21-17 Eagles. LSA is back to serve again. Some subs.
Shelby Burns coming in for Kylie Rutledge. And Shelby will be serving for the Pioneers. This ball's up. Great save by Brooke.
It's a great hustle for the Eagles.
Calls it out.
That
Looks
was
like went.
out of the antenna. That is a point Pioneers. The score is now 21-18 Eagles.
Shelby Burns back to serve. This ball is easy over and in. Passed up by Lillian in. Over by O. Set up by Shelby. And out.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 22-18 Eagles. Eagles are back to serve. This is a sub for the Eagles.
Valentina coming in for Brooke Thompson. And Valentina will be our server for the Eagles. Her ball's over and in. Passed up by Alexandria. Free ball over by Evany. Ella with the set. And over by O. Shelby. Great up by Lillian. Freed over by O. Passed up by Ainsley. With the set. And over.
Ooh.
Cannot get to it. Great touch, though, on the block.
That was a good try by Lillian to try to get to that ball, but that is a Pioneers point. The score is now 22-19 Eagles. There's some subs for LSA.
Sarah Horn back to serve. This ball is over and in. Great hustle by Valentina.
That was a great hustle by Valentina, but that is a Pioneers point. The score is now 22-20 Eagles.
Bella Barker coming back in for Kendall Stallings. And Sarah Horn back to serve. This ball's over and in. Great over by Ella. And over and touched by the Eagles.
That is a timeout for the Eagles. The score is 22-21 Eagles.
You got it. And we're back.
The score is 22-21 Eagles.
Number-
LSA is back to serve.
Number 14, Sarah Horn, a freshman. Over and in, passed up by Bella, set by Ella, and over and in by Claire. Saved by Shelby and over, and passed up by Lillian. Oh, with the swing. Great up by Ainsley. And into the net by number 15, Alexandria Garza.
That is an Eagles point. The score is now 23-21 Eagles. There's a sub number 6, Gracie, in for number 9, Claire.
Gracie Peschel back for the serve for the Eagles. And it's in, passed up, and over, and blocked!
That is a block for O. The score is now 24-21 Eagles. This is game point for the Eagles.
Great block by Okinsella. Gracie Peschel back with the serve. And it's into the
Short.
net.
That is a miss serve for the Eagles. The score is now 24-22 Eagles. This is still an Eagles game point.
Number 9, Ainsley Gregson back to serve. Passed up by Lillian. Set by Ella. And block
That is
by Pioneers.
That is the Pioneers point. The score is now 24-23 Eagles. Pioneers are back to serve. Timeout for the Eagles.
Just want to take a minute to recognize Clay Kaminsky with Fort Bend County Farm Bureau Insurance is a proud sponsor of Eagles on the Air. Fort Bend County Farm Bureau has proudly served the insurance needs of Texas and Fort Bend County residents for over 40 years. Please call Clay for your free insurance quote at 281-723-6594 or look him up online. Thank you, Clay, and for your support of Eagles on the Air and Fort Bend Christian Athletics. And we're back.
The score is 24-23 Eagles. This is game point for the Eagles. LSA is back to serve.
Ainsley with the serve. Up by Gracie. Set and free ball over by Bella.
This is bowled over.
Over, great up by Valentina. Set up and not over for Eagles.
That is a LSA's point. The score is now 24-24.
Ainsley back with the serve again. Up by Lillian. Dumped over. Picked up. Set. And over. Great up
Great
by
up.
Valentina. And hit back down. Great up by Gracie. But it is out.
The score is now 24-25. LSA.
They have to win by 2 points here.
This is an LSA is back to serve.
Ainsley Gregson with the serve. And it's in, passed up. And over and in, passed up by
It's a
Ainsley.
great free ball.
Set. Great up. And not over.
That was a great hustle for the Eagles on that ball, but they did not get the point. LSA wins that set 26-24.
Great comeback for the Pioneers. And we'll see what happens next set. Bella Barker back to serve for the Eagles. This ball is over, passed up by Ainsley, set up by Brooke. And kill for number 10, McKenna Robbins.
It's a great kill by McKenna. The score is now 4-2 LSA.
McKenna back to serve. Passed up by Lillian, up by Ainsley, and over, up by Lillian, set by Ella,
Roll shot.
and over by Claire, but it is out.
It's a roll shot by Claire, and the refs are going to have a discussion. We'll see what they're talking about here in just a second.
I'm guessing the Pioneers touched the net.
Yeah, probably.
See what they call. And it's Eagles point.
That is an Eagles point. The Pioneers were in the net. The score is now 4-3 Pioneers. The Eagles are back to serve.
Okinsella with the serve for the Eagles. Great serve. Up by Ainsley. And shank for Ella.
That is a kill for LSA. The score is now 5-3 Pioneers.
Caroline Shepman back to serve for the Pioneers. Up by Lillian. Set by Ella. Tip by Sophie.
And that is a Eagles point. LSA had a miscommunication there, I believe. The score is now 5-4 Pioneers.
Valentina Covarrubias is going in for Brooke Thompson. Valentina back with the serve. Great serve. Up by Evany. Great up by Valentina. Set up and over by Claire. Up by Sophie. Set by Lillian. Roll shot for Claire. Set by Brooke. Almost a block there.
That is a LSA point. The Eagles have been doing a great job with getting these hard balls up this match. The score is now 6-4 Pioneers.
Shelby Burns in the serve for the Pioneers. And an ace for Shelby.
That is an ace for LSA. The score is now 7-4 Pioneers.
Shelby Burns with the serve. Up by Lillian. Set up by Ella. And blocked.
That is an Eagles point. The Pioneers were over the net.
See Libero going to talk to the ref. Sophie Morales coming into the game. Into the net for Sophie.
That is a point LSA. The score is now 8-5 Pioneers.
Sarah Horn coming in for Evany Gonzalez. And Sarah back to serve for the Pioneers. Great up by Lillian. Set up by Ella. And out.
Out. The score is now 10-5 Pioneers. Pioneers are back to serve again. The Eagles need to side out right here.
Sarah Horn with the serve. Passed up by Bella. Set by Ella. Hit over for the
That is
Pioneers.
a kill for the Pioneers. The score is now 10-5 Pioneers. There's some subs for the Eagles.
Gracie Peschel coming in for Sophia Morales. And Sarah Horn back to serve. Up by Lillian. And hit over by Sophie, and it's
That's
in!
a kill for Sophie. The score is now 10-6 Pioneers. Eagles are back to serve.
Oinkinsella back in. And Lillian back to serve for the Eagles. Passed up by Ainsley. Over and out. Eagles point.
That is a point for the Eagles. LSA hits it out. The score is now 10-7 Pioneers.
Lillian Drennan back with the serve. Great serve. It's an ace.
That's an ace for the Eagles. The score is now 10-8 Pioneers. The Eagles are making a comeback here.
Lillian Drennan with the serve. And it's over and in. Hit over by Ainsley, and it's in.
That is a point LSA. The score is now 11-8 Pioneers.
Ainsley Gregson back with the serve for the Pioneers. Great serve.
She's right up by number 6, but she passes it out. The score is now 12-8 Pioneers.
Ainsley with the serve. And it's out. Eagles point there.
The score is now 12-9 Pioneers. Eagles are back to serve.
Number 1, Ella Olson back with the serve. And it looks like Brooke Thompson is coming in for Valentina. Ella with the serve. Great serve. Blocked by O.
Great job by O getting up there. The score is now 12-10 Pioneers.
Number 1, Ella back with the serve. Great serve. Great up by Ella. Freed over by Brooke. Great up.
That is a
Carry. Looks like the refs called a carry there. Pioneers point.
That is a lift for the Eagles. That is Pioneers point. Score is now 13-10 Pioneers. Looks like Ella's going to talk to the ref about that one. The refs are coming to talk to each other.
See what they're going to say.
Someone screamed to break the silence. Have that yelling. Come on, it was blocked. Let's go.
Good energy this time. Good job.
Replay.
This is a replay, so the score is back to 12-10, and the Eagles are back to serve.
Ella Olson back with the serve. Refs are going to talk again.
I think they're talking about the subs that were made.
Subs are going back in how they were. And Ella Olson with the serve. Up by Ainsley. Set up. Tipped over. Kill.
And that is a point LSA. The score is now 13-10 Pioneers. The subs are going back in for LSA.
Number 6, Brooke Bolton back to serve. Up. Set. And block.
That is a block for LSA. The score is now 14-10 Pioneers.
Caroline Shutman's had a couple blocks this game.
That is a timeout for the Eagles. The score is 14-10 Pioneers. Southwest Surgical Associates is a proud sponsor of Eagles on the Air. They have 20 board-certified surgeons that specialize in general surgery and surgical oncology. They have 9 convenient clinical locations around the Houston area, including 2 offices in Sugar Land. For Southwest Surgicals, you can call 713-772-1200 or go to www.southwestsurgical.com. Thank you, Southwest Surgical Associates, for supporting Eagles on the Air and Fort Bend Christian Athletics.
And we're back. Score 10-14. LSA with the lead.
LSA is back to serve.
Number 6, Brooke Bolton. Passed up by Brooke. Set by Ella. And over by Brooke Thompson. Kill for number 12, Caroline Shetman.
That is a kill for LSA. That was a great spot. The score is now 15-10 Pioneers.
Brooke back to serve again. Passed up by Brooke Thompson. Tip
Great
into
spot.
no man's land.
That was a great spot by O. That is a kill. The score is now 15-11 Pioneers.
Bella Barker back to serve. And Claire coming in for Gracie. Great serve. And out.
That is a point for the Eagles. The score is now 15-12 Pioneers. Eagles are trying to make a comeback here.
Bella Barker with the serve. Great serve.
Great up by O.
Into the net.
That is a point for the Eagles. The score is now 15-13 Pioneers.
Number 4, Bella with the serve for the Eagles. Up by Ainsley. Roll shot up. Too close to the net.
Lillian couldn't quite get there on that one. The score is now 16-13 Pioneers.
McKenna Robbins back to serve. Up by Bella. Set up by Ella. And over by Claire, and it's in.
That is a kill for the Eagles. The score is now 16-14.
Great shot by Claire Estes. Oikinsella back to serve for the Eagles. Over and in. Free balled over. Great up by O. Great hustle.
That was a great hustle there for the Eagles, but that is a LSA point. The score is now 17-14.
Lillian coming back in for O. And it's going to be number 12, Caroline Shepman, back to serve for LSA. Up by Bella. And out.
Bella shanks it there. That is a LSA point. The score is now 18-14. Timeout called by the Eagles.
Make sure to stay tuned at 6:30 to watch varsity play.
This is senior night for the seniors on the varsity squad.
What? Oh, yeah, we got them both. Mm-hmm. And we're back.
The score is 18-14 Pioneers.
Caroline Shepman back to serve for LSA. Into the net.
That is a Eagles point. The score is now 18-15 Pioneers.
Valentina coming in for Brooke Thompson. Great serve. Tip.
Valentina just couldn't quite get there. That is a LSA point. The score is now 19-15 Pioneers.
Shelby Burns going back to serve for the Pioneers. Up by Lillian.
Great spot by Sophie there.
Great touch with the blocks. Claire over with the hit. Set up by Shelby. And over by Evany. Up by Sophie. Set by Ella. Freed over by Lillian.
It's a hectic rally there, but that is a LSA point. The score is now score is now 20-15 LSA.
Shelby Burns back to serve for LSA. Into the net.
That is a missed serve by LSA. The score is now 20-16 Pioneers. Sub here for the Eagles.
Olivia Deschen coming in for Claire Estes. And Olivia will be serving. Over and in, great serve. Freed over by Ella. And no good for the Pioneers.
A missed hit by number 7. The score is now 20-17 Pioneers. Eagles are back to serve.
Olivia Deschen back with the serve. Great serve. Set up by Ella. Tip. Great rally here. Great up by Ainsley, but it's no good.
That was an Eagles point. That was a good rally there by both sides. The score is now 20-18 Pioneers. The Eagles here are making a comeback.
Olivia Deschen back to serve. Great serve. Off the block.
That is a kill for LSA. The score is now 21-18 Pioneers.
McKenna Robbins coming in. And number 14, Sarah Horn, will go back to serve. Up by Lillian. To Bella. Over. Not over.
That is a LSA point. The score is now 22-18 Pioneers.
Sarah Horn going back to serve again.
See if the Eagles can side out here.
Shank.
That is a LSA point. The score is now 23-18 LSA. There's a sub here for the Eagles.
Gracie coming in for Olivia. And Sarah Horn with the serve. Up by Lillian. Great roll shot.
And that is a Eagles point. That is a double for LSA. The score is now 23-20 Pioneers.
Number 11, Lillian Drennan back to serve for the Eagles. Going to try to catch them up here. Over and in. Great up by Lillian. And a kill for O.
Great kill for O right there. The score is now 23-21 Pioneers. Eagles right here trying to come back for this game.
Lillian Drennan with the serve. It's over and in. Up by Valentina. Set. Free ball over. Gray up by Lillian. Over by Bella. Tipped over. Picked up by Ainsley. Set by Shelby. And up by Valentina. And with the tip. Another tip. Another tip. Shelby Burns.
Double.
Valentina. To Ella Olson. Into the net.
For the Eagles, that was a great rally there by both sides. The score is now 23-22.
Timeout for LSA. The crowd's going wild.
It's a long rally there.
Lots of tips. And another.
And we're back. The score is 23-22 Pioneers. The Eagles right here trying to make a comeback.
Number 11, Lillian Drennan, back with the serve, trying to keep her composure here. And it's over. Passed up by Ainsley. Set by Shelby. Over and out.
That is a point for the Eagles. The score is now 23-23. That's all tied up here. The Eagles win this set. They go into a third.
Lillian back with the serve. And it's over. Up by Ainsley. Point Eagles!
The score is 24-23 Eagles.
Eagles with the lead here, and Lillian Drennan back to serve once again.
This is game point for the Eagles.
And it's over. Passed up by Ainsley. Set by Shelby. Tip. Picked up by Valentina. Tipped over by Ella. Set. Up by Gracie. Freed over. Set by Shelby. Freed over. Picked up. It's going to be freed over. Set. Oh. That's going to be point Pioneers.
Still there for the Pioneers. The score is all tied up at 24 now. And we got to win by 2, so.
Very intense in here. Number 9, Ainsley Gregson with the serve. And it's an ace.
The score is now 25-24 LSA.
Ainsley Gregson back with the serve. Up by Bella. Set. Tip. Great spot. Shelby with the set. Freed over. Valentina to Ella. Free ball over. Shelby with the set. Tip.
And that is a win by LSA. The final score of that set was 26-24.
Both games very close and greatly played by both teams. Make sure to stay tuned and watch at 6:30. Varsity will play against LSA. morning, everyone. I'm Sammy Williams. I'm here with
Camille Choi.
And right now we're doing senior night for the volleyball team. Up right now is Maddie Glenn, senior on the number 5. She's been playing varsity volleyball for the past 4 years here at Fort Bend. So, and she's escorted tonight by her parents. We have 2 seniors on this team. Next up is Caitlin Harriman. She's played varsity for the past 3 years. Yes, 3 years, sorry. She's escorted tonight by her parents, Megan and Brent Harriman.
She's participated on the volleyball team for all 4 years of high school.
Oh, my bad. 4 years. She's been on varsity for 4 years.
She's been playing volleyball 4 years,
Oh,
varsity 3 years.
Varsity 3 years. My bad. I'm sorry.
But some great additions that these 2 seniors have brought to our team. Thank you so much for being here for these past few years. No, Mr. Reeves is giving a little bit of a speech, but we're going to go ahead and start off tonight with a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Or maybe not the Pledge of Allegiance. Maybe it's the national anthem.
Oh, my God.
Next fall, she hopes to attend
Yeah.
the University of Oklahoma and
I said the same thing.
advertising. Her favorite verse is Romans 1.
We have a few sponsors tonight that we're just now starting out. If you guys are interested in having an ad at some point throughout either of these seasons, basketball or volleyball, make sure to just let us know, and we'd be proud to represent you here. One more round of applause we have for our seniors tonight, Madison Glenn and Caitlin Harriman. We're going to have Mr. Reeves go ahead and, as I said before, do the prayer and the national anthem. Tonight, Lutheran South Academy versus Fort Bend Christian Academy. Sammy and I both have been talking about it quite a bit before this game. We're really ready for it. A big rivalry tonight, especially between both of the students. Sammy, how do you think this game is going to go?
You know, we were at the last game at LSA, and that was just wow, back and forth. It was intense from both sides of the court. Honestly, great players on both sides, and so you know what, I think it's gonna be a tough one, but you know, hoping for an Eagles win.
Yeah, as you were saying before, really close game. Great talent on both teams, of course. I mean, there's just that team rivalry that drives you to do the best that you can. Here being senior night and Eagle territory, hopefully that'll give the Eagles a little bit of a boost, and hopefully they'll be able to get a win tonight. But if not, I know that the Eagles are going to play like a machine as they normally do. But we're just going to go ahead and have the announcements for Mr. Reeves, and then we'll go ahead and get started on the game.
Throughout the entirety of today's matches, please remember to keep all spectators will need to exit the facility. Spectators and parents will be able to reunite with their student athletes outside of the FBCA facility. We appreciate your cooperation. At this time, we want to invite everyone, if you would, please stand for a word of prayer, followed by our national anthem. We give thanks to you, O God, for your mercies endure forever, for your loving kindness that you pour out on us. Thank you for these athletes, for the abilities that you've given them. Bless them tonight as they compete. Bless the coaches, the officials, and us as the fans. And we pray that everything that is said and done here may bring honor and glory to you. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. We're going to go ahead and have Sammy Williams right now read to you both of the rosters for both the varsity Fort Bend Christian Academy team and the varsity Lutheran South Academy varsity volleyball team.
Okay, so we got for the Lutheran South Academy, we have number 1, Olivia Munoz, number 2, Taylor Crane, number 3, Tori Burkett, number 4, Sydney Hardaway, number 5, Alexa Fernandez, number 6, Emma Quinton, number 7, Lily Pinsick, number 8, Kirsten Lynn, number 9, Lauren Shellstead, number 10, Elena Pink, number 11, Abby Montemayor, number 12, Isla, I'm so sorry, Dietert, number 13, Gail Henderson.
And now for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles.
So we got number 1, Hadley Hodge, number 2, Sarah Weber, number 3, Shay Stone, number 4, Caitlin Harriman, number 5, Madison Glenn, number 6, Nina Ramirez, number 7, Reagan Heflin, number 8, Avery Hodge, number 12, Brooke Byers, and number 20, Bailey Hanner.
Thank you so much, Sammy. You're going to hear in the background a bit of, how do you call it, hype music. Is that what we're calling it? For the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles.
Sorry if that was too loud.
Number 2, a sophomore, Sarah Weber. Number 3, a sophomore, Shay Stone. Caitlin! Number 4, a senior, Caitlin Harriman. Number 5, a senior, Madison Lynn. Number 6, a sophomore, Nina Ramirez. Number 7, a junior, Reagan Heflin. Number 8, a junior, Avery Hodge. Number 12, a junior, Brooke Byers. And number 20, a junior, Bailey Hanner. The Eagles are coached by Alex Edwards, assisted by Samantha O'Malley, and assistant coach Emily Diva. Enjoy tonight's game.
Okay, so tonight we actually have a Jeans Day pass for the person who can guess the player who we choose for the player of the game tonight. So,
Yeah, have been giving out a lot of prizes on our social media at Eagles on the Air, at both Twitter and on Instagram. We do a lot of giveaways, a lot of questions that can win you some Jeans Day passes, maybe some gift cards to some food establishments. Like we just got a few kids who got some gift cards to Whataburger this past week for guessing correctly on the Eagles on the Air Instagram on one of our polls. So make sure to stay tuned in on there. You'll see a lot of cool stuff coming from us, whether it's hype videos, some ads, as well as, of course, as I said before, those questionnaires and the voting type things that we have on our Instagram. We're going to go ahead and start out tonight's game with a huddle on both teams. Looks to be a great game. Last game cut pretty close between the Eagles and the other Eagles. Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles did come with the win by the end of the night, 3-2 for the sets, but both of the sets ranging pretty close in score. We weren't able to cover that on Eagles on the Air at an away game, but we did have some social media for Sammy Williams. Got her first social media debut that day, and since then has done an incredible job.
thank you.
But hopefully another good game for these Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. I know they've been working a really long time in practice after school, trying to get their skills just right for this game, especially it being senior night versus LSA. A lot of these girls really wanting to push it home.
Yeah, so I think we forgot to mention the head coaches for both teams. So we have head coach for the Eagles is Alex Edwards, and the head coach for Lutheran South is Geoff Stressman.
Thank you, Sammy. Right here, we just had a ball drop in Eagle territory, unable to be saved by Avery Hodge, and it's going to be LSA points for the Pioneers. Ball's up for number 7, Lily Sensick. Almost tipped over by Maddie Glenn, set up by Reagan Heflin, but no good on the Eagles side. Again, we're going to have Lily Sensick, junior, for LSA. Ball's up, straight to Bailey Hanner, put up by Heflin. Harriman comes down with a hit, straight to 14. Avery Hodge again with a set. Number 7 puts it up for LSA, knocks it to Reagan Heflin. Just a bit too hard, and it goes out of bounds on the Eagles. It's going to be the 3rd point for the Lutheran South Academy Pioneers.
You know, right now, the Eagles are actually 5-0 in district. Undefeated right now.
What's LSA in district? I didn't happen to read that.
They're 4-1 actually. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did hear that we are number 1 in district though,
Yes.
overall, and I think Second Baptist and Lutheran South come in 2nd, 3rd place, something like that. But I do know that we are winning in overall districts when I check their max preps.
Yeah, and we're also 14-5 overall, so pretty good record as of right now.
Shea Stone's going to knock it over the top of the net. Hit over by number 5, Fernandez. Byers puts it up and just tipped over by Bailey Hanner to 14. 7 puts it up again to number 5, Fernandez, who's going to get no luck on that. Maddie Glenn and Caitlin Harriman right there to snuff out that ball, and that's going to be the first Eagle point of the night. Sammy, as you were saying, we're 14-5 overall. I mean, you can definitely tell the way that these girls are playing. It's almost machine-like. And I feel like I always say that, but they're just such a good team together. The team chemistry is incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just like a lot of them have been playing with each other for quite a few years. You know, just with the new addition of Reagan and Avery.
And even then, just fitting in perfectly with all those girls, exactly.
Yeah.
Going to have a bounce back and forth between these two teams. Incredible go, and that's going to be a point for the Pioneers. Caitlin Harriman hits the ball a bit too out of bounds. To serve for the Pioneers, it's going to be number 9, Lauren S. Ball's up and hits the net, and that's going to be another point for your Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles.
You know, last game, as we were saying at the start, it was a really close game because it went to 5 sets.
Yeah, definitely was a really close game. You can definitely tell that both teams definitely need to get warmed up to each other once again to just remember how each other's playing.
Yeah.
Tipped by Bailey Hanner for the Eagles out of bounds, and that's going to be 6-2 with Second Baptist in the lead. Eagles in the deficit 4 points. We have number 14, unfortunately was not named on this roster. Sometimes, especially at away games, rosters will mix up. Shea Stone frees it over the top of the net. Hit from number 5, Hernandez. And it's going to be just a bit too far for Caitlin Harriman, and that's going to be another point for Lutheran South Academy. Again, number 14, balls up to Avery Hodge. Up to Bailey Hanner is going to have Shea Stone free it over. Ball's up, 12 for a tip. That's going to be a point for LSA. Looks like we had a few Eagles stepping over the line. 8-2 now in this first set. LSA in the lead.
You know, it's really hard to when you're in the motion of the game and it's fast paced to not step over that line or run into the net.
It's just plain physics, just inertia.
Yeah.
Can't really stop yourself. All that adrenaline.
Yeah.
Great hit from number 5 to Shea Stone. Avery Hodge puts it up to Bailey Hanner. No good, hits the net, and that's going to be another point for LSA. Timeout called by the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles, 9-2. Going to have about a minute break. Sammy, We do have a few sponsors today. Do you mind telling us about one of those right now?
Yeah, for sure. So we have Southwest Surgical Associates is a proud sponsor of the Eagles on the Air. They have 20 board-certified surgeons that specialize in general surgery and surgical oncology. They have 9 convenient clinical locations around the Houston area, including 2 offices in Sugar Land. For Southwest Surgical, you can call 713-772-1200. Again, 713-772-1200, or go to www.southwestsurgical.com. Thank you, Southwest Surgical Associates, for supporting Eagles on the Air and the Fort Bend Christian Athletics.
Thank you, Southwest Surgical. Thank you to our sponsors, and thank you, Sammy, for that. Gonna get this game going once again. Number 14, serving for the Pioneers. Ball's up, out of bounds, and that's gonna be a point for your Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles.
That was a great watch from Avery Hodge.
I think we have a sub in. Sarah Weber in for Madison Glenn.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
Serve from Avery Hodge. It's going to be a pretty big hit from number 12, blocked out. And no communication on the Eagles side of the court, and that's going to be hitting double digits for the Pioneers. Number 5, Alexa Fernandez, just a freshman for these LSA Pioneers. Gonna serve. Ball's up to Bailey Hanner. Put up by Shea Stone. Again for Hanner for a hit. 14 puts it up to number 12, who's gonna hit that net. No good. Isla Dyert.
I think it's Isla.
Isla Dyert is gonna be.
So we got number 12, Brooke Byers, up to serve right now. And she's a junior, actually. She's been on the varsity team. I think this is her 2nd year, I believe.
Yeah, great job on the team. Definitely a lot of team chemistry. Surprisingly, only 2 seniors on our Fort Bend Christian Academy team, as you said before. But I know a lot of these junior girls, like Brooke Byers, are looking to take over that senior spot next year.
Yeah, her and Bailey Hanner, Avery Hodge, and Reagan Heflin are the 4 juniors that are going to be very helpful with teaching the newcomers that are coming into varsity next year.
100%.
They're going to be great team leaders.
Free taken by Avery Hodge. Tipped over the net by Shea Stone, and that's going to be a point for the Eagles. 5-10. Eagles catching up slowly but surely. And again, Brooke Byers up to serve for the Eagles. Ball's up to number 12. Hits the inside of the net. Able to be hit over to Avery Hodge. Brooke Byers to Caitlin Harriman, who's going to hit it to number 5. Hit from 14 to Caitlin Harriman. Good up, great dig on Caitlin Harriman's part. Just a bit too far forward, but great hustle on her part trying to get to that ball. Number 2, Taylor Crane for LSA. Bailey Hanner with a hit to number 14, straight to the side. Freed over the net, and that's going to be inbounds. And that's going to be another point for LSA.
Yikes. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Bailey Hanner scares me. Like,
yeah.
If I was on the other side of no.
Yeah, we definitely talked about that multiple times. That I don't think anyone could pay me any sum of money to get in front of Bailey hitting a ball.
Yeah, no.
Ball, however, snuffed out by number 3. It's going to be Tori Burkett for LSA. One of Bailey Hanner's hits. Great block on her part. Again, Crane for the serve for the Pioneers. Ball's up to Hodge. Byers puts it up. Shea Stone does kind of a fist bump into the air, Super Mario style. And that's going to be another point for the Pioneers. Crane again to serve. Ball's up to Hodge. Byers puts it up, and big hit from Bailey Hanner. And that's going to be a point for your Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles.
You know, that was just an amazing kill. And, you know, I think from Max Preps, I believe, is where this information is from, you know, we average about 10 kills per set.
I was going to say, I feel like there's a fairly big amount of hits that we get considering Maddie Glenn. I mean, Caitlin Harriman, Brooke Byers, Bailey Hanner. I mean, what are you going to do with those people on your team other than that?
Really?
Big hit from Caitlin Harriman, a bit too out of bounds. And that's going to be another point for the Pioneers.
I believe that was Caitlin's first, like, front row hit of the game right now. So, you know, just getting warmed up for her. She's letting out that anger, that passion right now that she has.
Definitely. I mean, best out of 5 games, so we definitely have a lot of time to warm up. Hopefully, Eagles can pull up from this. Good save by Sarah Weber, up by Brooke Byers. Pushed over by Caitlin Harriman. 6 puts it up to 9. Gotten by Bailey Hanner. Great dig. And hit over by Caitlin Harriman. That's going to be another point for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. 7-15. Pioneers still in the lead, but Eagles still trailing by a little bit. Sarah Weber up to serve for the Eagles. Ball's up.
That was a great serve.
Great dig by number 2, Cranes.
Woo!
Bailey Hanner's still right there to grab it. Sarah Weber to Caitlin Harriman. Tries to hit it over the net. Hits it into there. Unfortunate, and that's going to be another point for the Pioneers. Pioneers ball.
So, yeah, we got a little bit of a slow start on the Eagles' side to this game, but hopefully we will pick it up and get them points rolling in.
Yeah, looking to pick up just a little bit with a lot more aggression like that with Maddie Glenn.
Wow.
Big block by Maddie Glenn.
Amazing. You know, again, from the stats we have right here, I mean, it says we have 87 total blocks. Let's make it 88 right there. Wow.
I mean, Maddie Glenn is a great contributor to this team. Still being one of the only 2 seniors, unfortunate to see her go, but man, watching her play, definitely glad to have her on the Fort Bend Christian Academy team. Brooke Byers gets the point for the Eagles.
No, Shea Stone.
Shea Stone.
Yeah, she has that little setter. It's called a setter dump. Those things are killer.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know how to do them.
Yeah, she's definitely a big fan of those. I see her doing them quite often.
Yeah, they're killer when you know how to do them right.
Ball's up for Shea Stone. Straight to number 5. Ball's up. Hit from number 10, Elena Pink. And that's going to be another point for the Pioneers. 9-17. Now up to serve Lauren S. for LSA. Ball's up to Hodge. Put up by Stone to Harriman, who's just going to hit it over. And that's going to be a bit too out of bounds. Another point for LSA. Timeout called. And that's going to be 9-18, about a minute break. Sammy, do you mind reading to us that other sponsor that we have tonight?
Yeah, here we go. So we have Clay Kaminsky with the Fort Bend County Farm Bureau Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Eagles on the Air. Fort Bend County Farm Bureau has proudly served the insurance needs of Texas and Fort Bend County residents for over 40 years. Please call Clay for your free insurance quote at 281-723-6594. Again, 281-723-6594, or look him up online. Thank you, Clay, for your support of the Eagles on the Air and Fort Bend Christian Athletics.
Thank you, Sammy, and thank you to our sponsors. So far, a great game. Sammy, what are you thinking? What are you hoping for the rest of the set?
I'm hoping we'll get a serving streak going, a bunch of aces, just get a bunch of kills and everything. I mean, obviously, I hope we win.
Yeah, LSA up to 18. Eagles not even hitting double digits yet, just at 9. Hopefully can pick it up soon. Number 9, balls up to Hodge. Stone puts it up to Harriman. It's going to knock it over the net. 14. Big hit from number 5 to Shea Stone. Maddie Glenn tries to get it back up and no good. 19-9. LSA still in the lead.
Great hustle from Maddie Glenn, though. It's kind of a hard-to-get ball.
Yeah, big gap between her and Shea Stone. Luckily, she could get some contact on it. That just shows the hustle that Maddie Glenn has. Hit from Brooke Byers, and that's going to be out of bounds on LSA, and that's going to be Eagles points, putting them at double digits, 10-19. Now, this is where I'm hoping that we're going to get our serving streak, Sammy. Hopefully, if Caitlin starts with her jump serves. I mean, once she starts, she doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Ball's up. That's going to be out of bounds for Caitlin Harriman. 20-10. LSA ball. Once again, no name for number 14, but we're going to go ahead and have her serve. Ball just out of the reach of Caitlin Harriman, but still in, 21-10. Eagles getting pushed around in their own territory. Definitely need to step it up, stand their ground. To Hodge. Hanner puts it up. Knocked over by Shea Stone. Put up by 7. Big hit from number 12, not blocked by Maddie Glenn. Put up by Stone to Maddie Glenn for a hit. And that's going to be a point for the Eagles.
So, you kind of made the stat sheet right here. It says we have a .17 hitting percentage. You want to explain what that means? Do you know what that means?
I think that means that out of all the hits that we do, 17% of them are in and good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's good, though.
Yeah, great percentages for this Eagle team. Shea Stone puts it up to Hodge. Bailey Hanner putting it back over. Hodge putting it back up to Stone. Back to Hanner. Blocked out by number 5. 12 with a tip. And Sarah Weber hitting it over the net. Put up by 7 and again to 5 for a little tip. Avery Hodge there for the save. Freed over by Bailey Hanner. Put up by 14. 12 in for the kill to Harriman. Stone puts it up. Hanner again with the kill. Putting it up. Hit up by number 8. Avery Hodge, but it just a bit too far out of bounds, and that's going to be another LSA point. Great job on behalf of these ladies for fighting for that long.
Yeah, great rally. That was a great rally.
I definitely love watching volleyball more than anything, especially when the rounds are more than 2 seconds each, because you really get to watch a lot more skill come out of each of these players and a lot more hustle. Hit from Bailey Hanner. Put up by 14. It's going to be out of bounds, LSA, and that's going to be another Eagles point.
It's 22-12 right now. Yeah, LSA. Eagles falling quite a bit behind. Hopefully with Brooke Byers, I believe is one of the team captains for our Eagles. Hopefully she'll pick it up with these serves and be able to get some few aces.
And even without that, we do have a few more rounds left of this game. So hopefully the Eagles could pick it up, tie it up, maybe even win this thing. Brooke Byers puts it up to Stone. To 5, 14 up to 9. Hits the net, and that's going to be another point for your Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Number 5, Alexa Fernandez, has been mentioned a lot in this game. Always seems to be in the action for LSA. Ball's up, Brooke Byers to 12. Fernandez puts it up to number 3. To Brooke Byers again. Stone puts it up to Hanner for a big hit, and that's going to be a point.
Wow. Amazing.
As you were saying before, man, if Bailey gets the right angle on that ball, I mean, no matter where it is, it's game over.
Yeah, you can't get it up. It's incredible.
Ball's up again for Brooke Byers. It's going to be out of bounds. 23-14, LSA in the lead. It's going to be their ball again to serve. Taylor Crane once again up at the line for the Pioneers. Ball's up to Harriman. Stone puts it over the net to Fernandez. 14 puts it up to 3. Hits Caitlin Harriman on the arm. Couldn't quite get it up, and it's going to be out on the Eagles 24-14. Game point for these Pioneers to move on to this next set. Again, Crane up at the line. Ball's short, and that's going to be Eagles possession and another point for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Now, Sammy, here we have Bailey Hanner, which I know you are a big fan of, and so am I. But hopefully, maybe she could turn this thing around maybe a little bit. Ball's up.
Great
So number
serve.
2, Cranes. 14's going to free it over to Weber. Byers puts it up to Harriman for a big hit. And that's going to be another point.
Woo! There she goes. Sorry, I forget I'm on the mic and I scream.
Oh, it's okay. We're talking about screaming. I feel like these people have definitely gone deaf a few times
Yeah.
if they've listened before.
But as I said, Caitlin just needed that warm-up, and boom.
Hanner again hits the net, and that's going to be this set point for LSA, 25-16 for this first set. They're going to get a quick break. But before we do that, Sammy, let's just go ahead and summarize favorite parts, maybe things that we need to work on for this next set for the Eagles and even for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit more communication. A little bit more communication, and maybe it's just communication. What? What? Oh, hey. You could have said that. Anyways, just a little bit more. Oh, am I supposed to talk to it? Oh. Oh my god.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, yeah, it's okay.
Anyways.
We all go through this time. But I definitely had a few laughable moments in broadcasting, considering I didn't know anything about football the first time I broadcasted. I definitely thought, isn't that illegal for him to just drag him down by his jersey to tackle him? And your dad was like, no. I was like, well, maybe we should make a different version of football. And he was like, sure, Camille. Sure.
Yeah. A lot of the things that I see, because I do social media on the football, during the football games, and sometimes I'll catch these videos of these dudes just, it's like they're steer wrestling each other. And they just flip them over, and I'm like, what in the world? I know it's a contact sport, but, man, they go at it.
Yeah, doing a great job today, the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Hopefully improving some offense. We definitely need a lot more of those hits going in on Lutheran South Side. LSA definitely ready to take on both Bailey Hanner and Maddie Glenn and people like Caitlin Harriman, digging a lot of their hits, blocking a lot of their hits.
Yeah. LSA is doing a great job on defense, as well as offense too. But they're doing an amazing job at defense, being able to dig Bailey Hanner's hits, because those are difficult to get up. But the Eagles are doing a great job on offense too, just being able to smack the ball down
Absolutely. As you said, LSA doing pretty good so far. Hopefully the Eagles aren't getting too down on themselves. There's definitely plenty of time to recover for them. 2 more sets in a row, and LSA should be winning this game, but we do have plenty of play time to go, so the Eagles have plenty of time to redeem themselves, and I hope that they know that. Hopefully just starting off the game fresh, not really focusing on what happened in the last set, but we're going to start off again. Shay Stone to serve for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles.
I think this happened last time at their place. We kind of stumbled around the first set, or maybe it was the second set, but we kind of stumbled around and got lost a little bit, but then we just picked it right back up and we just went crazy in the next few sets and won the game.
Yeah, hopefully it'll pull through like the last game against LSA, but Lord knows if it doesn't. We worked really, really hard seeing these ladies push both LSA and Fort Bend Christian Academy, doing a great job, both first and second place in districts. There's nothing much to complain about that.
Yeah.
Lauren S. again for LSA. Up at the line to serve. Ball's up to Harriman. Gonna dig it pretty close to the ground, but can't get it up far enough. Hits the net. That's gonna be the second point for LSA.
So, you know, seeing. Never mind. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Ball's up for number 9. Stone puts it up to Maddie Glenn. Blocked by number 5. In by number 12, and that's going to be another point. Or by number 10, I'm sorry. And that's going to be another point for the Pioneers. Lauren again up to serve. To Hanner. Put up by Stone. Hanner for a little tap. And gets a point for the Eagles. 1-3, Eagles putting themselves on the scoreboard. Now it's going to be Bailey Hanner's turn. Up at the line to serve. Hopefully going to bring a few points and hopefully getting the Eagles out of this deficit. Hopefully winning the set. Ball's up. Great hit to number 9. Up by 14. 12's going to hit it over. Out of bounds. And that's going to be an equal point. Hanner up again at the line. Ball's up. That's going to be out of bounds. And that's going to be an LSA point, 2-4. LSA's possession. Number 14 again at the line for LSA. Ball's up to Hanner. Stone puts it up to Harriman for a hit. Great dig by number 9. Shea Stone tipping it over, and that's going to be another point for the Eagles.
Again with those setter dumps, they just.
Yeah, definitely a big fan of those. Working on her favorite tonight, though. Shea Stone probably been practicing those a lot more, definitely on the timing and the placement of those. Serve from Avery Hodge to number 9. 7's going to put it up to Fernandez. Byers puts it up to Caitlin Harriman. He's going to tip it over the net. Hit from number 3. Stone puts it up again to Harriman for a hit. A hit to number 14. That's going to be a call on number 5 stepping over the line, Fernandez, on behalf of the Pioneers. And that's going to be the tying point for the Eagles, 4-4, with Avery Hodge up to serve. Ball's up. Put up by 7. Smacked down by number 3, Tori Burkett. And that's going to be touched just a tad by the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Fernandez again up at the line. Ball's up to Harriman. Stone puts it up to Byers for a big hit. 14 puts it up. Again at number 12. Stone again to Harriman. Big hit. Just a bit out of bounds. And that's going to be another point for LSA. Now, Sammy, they're kind of on this kill streak. What are you thinking the Eagles need to do to gain this point?
Sorry, I missed that question. What did you say?
Oh, I was just saying what you were thinking the Eagles had to do to bring up this score, maybe hopefully win this set, because they're kind of on a scoring streak right now. The Pioneers are.
You know, I think we're doing great. You know, but you know, I think what the Pioneers are really ready for are the big hits.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when Shay's doing the setter dumps, the tips,
Mhm.
you know, Caitlin
Catch
had
them
a
off
few
guard.
tips.
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe a little bit more tipping. That
Yeah.
might help.
Big hit again from Caitlin Harriman. may not be accurate, but definitely will show your strength on the volleyball court. Fernandez again to Hanner. Shea puts it up to Hanner again for a big hit, and that's going to be another point for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. 5-7. Up to serve for the Eagles is going to be Brooke Byers. We have a sub in for Shea Stone. It's going to be Reagan Heflin, a junior. A little bit of discussion between the two refs, probably talking about the pass point that just occurred. Huddles between both of the teams. Hopefully, Eagles can pick up on just a lot more communication on the court. Maybe a little bit more spread out. Definitely need the Eagles to get back into this game. I know it's a really difficult game. I mean, when LSA is just pounding on you with them being able to serve for so long, definitely will lose quite a few points. But with Brooke Byers again in possession, hopefully going to put these Eagles over the edge, just 2 points behind LSA. So hopefully going to put us in a lead right now.
So I missed what just happened because I was talking to Mr. Reeves, but why did you see why they're challenging something?
There was a prior point, not too sure what they're arguing about quite yet, but I guess we're going to figure it out.
So hopefully with Brooke Byers, we'll be getting a few aces. You know, they're not very common. You know, we average around maybe 3 aces per set, and you know we have like 161 aces total for the Eagles. I mean, they're not an easy thing to do.
That's a huge number.
Yeah, that is. They're not easy, but they are.
But yeah, I was definitely saying the same thing that with Brooke Byers up to serve, I'm hopefully gonna put them up a few more points. Getting them off of, you know, their role of just serving for a few rounds. Ball's up for Brooke Byers. Taken over by 12 over the net to Hodge. Put up by Byers to Harriman for big hit. Put up by 3 to 12. Hodge is going to put it up. Big hit from Bailey Hanner. Tipped over by Caitlin Harriman to the back of the court. Put over by 14 to Hodge. Up by Brooke Byers to Harriman. 14's going to put it up for a free from number 5. Again to Hanner. Byers puts it up to Heflin. Tipping it over the top of the net. Hodge with the save, and Brooke Byers is going to hit it over. Up from 5. Big hit from number 6. That's going to be knocked out of bounds by Brooke Byers.
You know, amazing hustle from Avery Hodge. I mean, she's just all over the court.
Man, can teleport 10 feet in like a blink of an eye, really.
She's there to save like anything.
Both of the Hodge sisters, I mean, Hadley coming in right now, something in the genes, I feel like, for volleyball. Both of them are insane on the court.
Yeah, it's like a sister-powered power duo.
Up from Heflin. Tip from Harriman. It's going to be up by 14. 2 with a hit. That's going to be out of bounds. Taylor Crane. Can't quite get it into Eagle territory. That's going to be Caitlin Harriman on the serve now.
You know, this is a great rivalry going on right now. You know, neither team is really is willing to give any room for the other to score a point. Great rallies going on.
Yeah, definitely a big ace. A big ace from Caitlin Harriman. Great job on her behalf. As I was saying before, Caitlin Harriman, as well as Bailey Hanner, seem to be the queen of aces for Fort Bend Christian Academy. Probably making most of them in that in those few hundred that we have. Ball's up to Hodge. Heflin puts it up to Weber. Knocks it over the net. That's going to be out of bounds. Another Eagles point, tying up the game 8-8.
Here we go with those tips. Like I said, they needed to tip a little bit more, and there they go. This set, they are. They're doing exactly that. Maybe they heard me somehow.
And maybe they're listening in on FBCA.tv. Caitlin Harriman again with the serve. Out of bounds. That's going to be a point and the possession for LSA. As you were talking about before, there is a big rivalry between our two schools. Teams looking pretty civil so far. Crowd is being very civil as well. Don't really want to start anything tonight. But great game so far. A lot of talent on each side. I feel like that's why a lot of people aren't saying much. I mean, you can't deny the talent on each of the teams, keeping the games pretty close. In fact, tied right now 9-9 with Maddie Glenn going in for Avery Hodge and Sarah Weber up to serve. Hopefully going to get a few points ahead. Ball's up to number 2. 6 puts it up to 5. And that's going to be a big block. Reagan Heflin out of bounds, but definitely shows a lot of strength on her behalf. Caitlin Harriman balls up, and that's going to be tipped over into Eagle territory. 11-9. A great look on behalf of the Pioneers. Eagles definitely didn't see that one coming. Up to serve for the Pioneers, Lily Sensick. Ball's up to Harriman. Put up by Glenn and freed over by Hodge. Gonna get put up, big hit. Saved by Hadley Hodge. And then another hit from Bailey Hanner. 7's gonna put it up to 9. Giant hit out of bounds. Lauren S. couldn't quite get it into Eagle territory, putting them at double digits, just 1 point behind, 11-10. LSA still in the lead, but Eagles trailing by just a hair.
You know, Caitlin Harriman, our senior, might as well just be having the best season of her career this year. I mean, she's doing amazing with the serving, the hitting, the team leading, most important thing.
Doing an incredible job. Both of these seniors team. Not sure how our offense would be without Maddie Glenn or Caitlin Harriman, as you were saying before. Lauren S. again for the Pioneers at the line. Ball's up. Straight to Hodge. Stone puts it up for Hanner.
Wow.
Big hit. Puts it up into the rafters. The coach saying that there's a rule specifically for the ball going through the rafters, but we're going to call it on a technicality, and it's going to be 13-10. Hodge puts the ball up to Stone, up to Hanner for a huge hit. Wow. So that's going to be another point for the Eagles. They said, well, it's okay. Give that one up because we'll bring it right back.
Man, I just would not want to be on the end of one of her spikes.
Oh, no. How much money would I have to pay you? Genuinely. Give me a price. 500.
Higher.
Can't. Would you catch me?
No.
Big hit again. Blocked by Maddie Glenn. Great job, Maddie Glenn. Able to get another point for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles, 12-13.
Man, she's like a brick wall. Nothing's getting past her.
Really. I mean, that's what I was saying the other game. I was like, did she put concrete on her hands before we came here, or what's her secret? Serve from Hanner. Tull's going to put it up. Freed over by number 7. It's put up by Stone. Tipped over. Trying to look for another one of those special things that she does.
Setter dumps.
Setter dumps. We're going to have Caitlin Harriman stepping a bit over the line, and that's going to be another point for the Pioneers. Definitely can happen. We said before that, a lot of that adrenaline, you just inertia, literally physics, you just keep moving. Can't really stop yourself, unfortunate, but it happens. 14's going to put it up, out of bounds. 13-14, Eagles possession, up to serve.
This one's a really close match, a set right now. Eagles definitely picked it up after that first set.
Yeah, definitely started off like this in the first set. Hopefully going to end differently than that for the Eagles. Definitely picked up in the teens a giant hit from number 14. maybe I jinxed myself a bit too quick saying that they picked up around here in the last set. But great look. Crazy jump by number 14, won't lie. Getting a bit hype on the bench for LSA. Fernandez for the serve to Harriman. Stone puts it up for Hanner. Big hit. That's going to be out of bounds, 16-13. LSA ball. Going to have a timeout for the Eagles called. Definitely needed maybe a little bit of a break. A lot of adrenaline rushing right now for all of these girls. As I said before, it was pretty close at the beginning, definitely in the last set. I think talent on both of these teams seems to be pretty evenly spread out, doing a great job. Talk about communication on the court. Can definitely see that on both teams' sides. Definitely needs a lot more talking. Other than that, doing a great job offensively, defensively. Eagles are doing a great job watching the ball, great looks, and a big hit from number 14 again. Can't pass that one up for the Pioneers. Straight into the Eagles' faces. Couldn't even see it coming. I couldn't even see it coming. Juked me out a little bit, but great play on their behalf. 1-0 for the sets. It's going to be LSA in the lead. Going to get back to this game with Fernandez again at the line for the LSA Pioneers to serve.
You know, Fernandez has her hit's kind of scary. I think you just said that.
That's going to be in for Caitlin Harriman. But yes, as you were saying before, as I was saying, Fernandez always seems to be in the mix.
Yeah.
I always seem to be mentioning her name. Our student section rising up a little bit, hopefully making a bit more noise. Eagles ball up to serve, Brooke Byers. 14, put up by Pioneers. Eagles kick. 14. Fernandez puts it up to number 9. 6. Byers again. Sarah Rivers going to free it over. That's going to hit the inside.
Avery Hodge, as I mentioned earlier, her first year here at FBCA, she's a junior, and she's really mixed well with the team already, and just all over the floor, everywhere. And her sister, Hadley Hodge, she was in the game earlier. She too has made some made a big difference with this team.
Oh no, absolutely. As we were saying before, it's like there's something up with their genes, the way that they play volleyball. Awesome kids, super nice. Definitely not a bad thing that they're crazy volleyball players too. Caitlin Harriman for the serve again. Fernandez with the set. Takes a great look for Bailey Hanner. Didn't even see that one coming. Notice that, after you're watching volleyball for a while, Harriman again for the serve just above the net. Freed over by number 3. Harriman again takes the hit. Up by Byers. Hit from Reagan Heflin, and that's going to be a point for the Eagles. Great hit just off the arms of number 6. Emma Quinton hits it out of bounds. That's going to be a timeout called on LSA. 17-18. Definitely getting close to that time where you're about to win this set. LSA could either win their second set or Eagles could tie it up. Kind of start this game over from the beginning. All up to what happens within in these last few points. Hopefully the coach is talking to them a lot more about, just that communication on the court. Definitely, I mentioned that a few times, but definitely is one of the necessary things in volleyball. As good as you can be, you can't be good if there's someone standing directly behind you, stepping on your heels. You got to communicate where you are on the court, who's got what. If not, we've seen it a few times happen before where the ball just kind of drops in front of you and you give away a free point like that. And that's definitely not something you need with a game as close as LSA versus Fort Bend Christian Academy. Kind of need every single point that you can get. Out of bounds on the serve from Caitlin Harriman, 19-17. LSA ball. Sub in 14 for number 10, Elena Pink.
That girl, Caitlin, she's got a lot of power behind her, a lot of aggression. Not aggression, a lot of
just oomph.
what's it called? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like power, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely don't see it as a bad thing.
yeah.
Every time Caitlin hits it a bit too far, because you know what, that just kind of shows off your power a bit more. Sometimes you just got to do it. If you're a bit angry, sometimes I'm like, you know what, guys, just go ahead and smack the ball out of the arena just to, get all your anger and frustration out.
Yeah,
And then we can start playing again.
Yeah.
But a big block for LSA, and that's going to be another point for them, hitting 20s. Up by Avery Hodge. Brooke Byers is going to put it up for Bailey Hanner. Touches the net. That's going to be a point for the Eagles. Maddie Glenn in for Avery Hodge. Up to serve Sarah Weber.
You know, like a lot of those in the net calls, like I said earlier, it's just a lot of your momentum. You're moving so fast, and you're trying to.
Yeah, it's not really like a fault thing that you can really help. You just kind of run into it. Yeah.
Especially when you're in the middle of a hit and you're going towards the ball, but also trying to jump up at the same time when you swing. It's just
all about it. It's just you're just knocking into that net no matter what.
Yeah.
Big hit from number 9, dug out by Sarah Weber. Another hit from Bailey Hanner.
Big hits back and forth for both teams.
14 hitting the net, and that's going to be tied up 20-20. Fort Bend Christian Academy and LSA. And now this is where it gets to the point where someone's about to win, and it's definitely going to change the course of the game completely. Sarah Weber with the serve. Woo. Great save, Caitlin Harriman.
Great hustle.
Freed over by Bailey Hanner. Hit from number 10, blocked by Reagan Heflin and both Maddie Glenn. 21-20. Weber again up at the line.
You know, Reagan Heflin is another amazing new addition to the Fort Bend Christian team. She also plays softball along with Avery Hodge. So that helps with the speed and like the being able to tell the direction of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. She is actually Avery's committed to OU for softball.
Yeah.
Crazy good at softball. I think just a crazy athletic kid. I mean, you're seeing her running around here. She's like a little goblin. Like I don't even know how she gets there that quick. It's like she's sprinting everywhere she goes. I don't know how she does it. But yeah, both of these girls transfers from Tompkins. They're doing a great job fitting in here. Love them in the class. Love them on the court. Can't say much bad about them. Another point for the Eagles. 22-21. Ball hits the net. Sub in. Shea Stone for Reagan Heflin. And up to serve, it's going to be Shea Stone for the Eagles.
And just like that, the Eagles take the lead up by only 1 point right now, but, hopefully larger than that lead.
Ball's freed by number 10 to Harriman. Put up by Stone. A hit attempted by Hanner, tying up the game 22-22. Definitely a bit too close for my liking, but it does make for a great watch. Great game of volleyball to witness. Get a little bit anxious on the edge of your seat. Hit from number 9 to Hodge. Shea Stone puts it up to Hanner for a hit. Up by 14. Fernandez with a hit. Blocked by both Bailey Hanner and Maddie Glenn, but gets into Eagle territory, and that's going to be another point for the Pioneers, 22-23. Just 2 points away from winning this second set. It's going to be a timeout called on behalf of the Eagles.
As I said earlier, how LSA is just playing really great defense. They just happen to be in the right spot almost every single time, and that's.
Yeah, definitely a little shock. Definitely, you could tell that they worked on it, taking all those hits from Maddie Glenn and Bailey Hanner. That was definitely the fall for them at that prior game. Probably practiced it quite a bit before getting here, and doing a great job at it, too. If we don't have those main scorers, I think we're doing a great job on defense, considering the scores are about the same. But the main thing is they're blocking our main scorers.
Yeah.
So if you're able to block the main scorers, of course the score is going to stay exactly the same. But hopefully getting a few more spots open.
Yeah, that just means you got to play even better defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think the Eagles definitely are doing in this second set.
Ball's up for number 9 to Hodge. Put up by Stone to Bailey Hanner. And that's going to be a point for the Eagles. A big ol' hit. Bailey Hammer That's what they like to call her. Now to serve. What I like to say are saving grace on the volleyball team, yes. But is an incredible kid, incredible volleyball player. Man, love to watch her play. And that's an ace from Bailey Hanner, 24-23, game point for the Eagles.
Man, this is a good one. Timeout called on LSA.
I mean, hey, the game is literally in Bailey Hanner's hands. You could get an ace. They could rebound from it, but this is the point where the Eagles could win this, keep it going. Just they have to win by 2, which I did recently find out. You did have to tell me that they have to win by 2. I didn't know that. But hopefully we just get some sort of offensive opening, just so that we can start this game over. If LSA does happen to win the second set, they just have one more set to go to win this entire game. But hopefully the Eagles can pull through.
Yeah, with a match this close, with just right on the edge, there's really no room for error right now.
Fernanda's going to knock it over the net, and that's going to be touched! Oh! And that's going to be a point for the Eagles. Foots over the line for the Eagles. 1-1, tying up this game. Sorry we had to interrupt you there, Sammy.
No, of course.
But as you were saying before, go ahead and continue as we're just, basking in tying this game up.
Well, as I was going to say, there's no room for error because stuff like that will just happen, and it's little mistakes, and those little mistakes will just really, really catch you and cost you a set.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, it's a lot of little mistakes that'll get on these teams. Because these teams are so good that, fundamentally, what are they really doing wrong? Nothing. It's just little miscommunications, little missteps. Balls that are a bit too far out. Can't really do much about them.
Yeah, right now the coaches are kind of like in a chess match with each other, trying to place these girls in the, I guess, correct positions to be able to dig and receive these balls, these crazy, amazing hits from both teams that are just really hard to dig.
Yeah, how volleyball players do it, I have no idea. One of the most athletic sports I feel like you can do, football, volleyball. I mean, most of them, but just something about being able to jump, being able to sprint from one side of the court to another, then jump a vertical of like 2 feet. Something about that's just incredible to me because I definitely can't do that. But a great game so far, tying up both of these sets 1-1. In about 2 minutes, we're going to have the third set for LSA versus Fort Bend Christian Academy. Stay tuned in 2 minutes to talk about that.
Yeah, so we just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Southwest Surgical Associates. They are a proud sponsor of the Eagles on the Air, and they have 20 board-certified surgeons that specialize in general surgery and surgical oncology. They have 9 convenient clinical locations around the Houston area, including 2 offices in Sugar Land. For Southwest Surgical, you can call 713-772-1200 or go to www.southwestsurgical.com. Again, you can call 713-772-1200 or go to www.southwestsurgical.com. Thank you, Southwest Surgical Associates, for supporting Eagles on the Air and Fort Bend Christian Athletics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third set. LSA versus FBCA. Up to serve, number 7 for LSA, Lily Sensick. Straight to Hannah, put up by Byers. Hit from Harriman. First point for the Eagles. Point from Caitlin Harriman for the first time in this set. A great hit, wide open space that she hit right between 5 and 12. Shea Stone for the serve. Put up by 5. Big hit from number 9, just past Brooke Byers' arm. Couldn't quite get it, and that's going to be 1-1 LSA ball.
It's really hard to get those balls that just tip right off the side of the blocks. They're kind of difficult to get back in bounds.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Ball's put up by number 7 to Fernandez. In again, giant hit right past Avery Hodge and Bailey Hanner for the second point for the Pioneers. Lauren S. again for the serve, out of bounds. Eagles call it, and that's going to tie up the game 2-2. Caitlin Harriman for the serve for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Both her and Maddie Glenn on their senior nights shining really, really bright tonight. Having some great plays on both offense and defense. Misses that serve, hits the net. Unfortunately, 3-2, Eagles in deficit 1 point. Again to serve for LSA, it's going to be number 14. Ball's up. Just past Caitlin Harriman. That's going to be out of bounds, but touched by one of the Eagles players, and that's going to be LSA point.
You know, this is as we've stated before, we only have 2 seniors. It's a relatively young Eagles team. That means, you know, once our 2 seniors graduate, you know, we have we have 4 juniors, 2 sophomores, and a freshman, and a lot more incoming freshmen from the JV team that I know are just like yearning. I don't know what the word is.
Yearning to be on this team.
To be on the team.
For sure. A lot of prospects you can see on that JV team, hopefully coming up to varsity. Yeah, as you were saying before, just 2 seniors on this team, meaning that hopefully we're going to have some volleyball luck for quite a few years, even after we get to graduate and the seniors get to graduate. Big block from Brooke Byers for a tying Eagle point, 5-5. But wow, great block for Brooke Byers. But as I was saying before, yeah, hopefully some great Eagle volleyball for a long, long time, considering that we have so many prospects, especially so many freshmen on that JV team.
Yeah, I'm excited for when we graduate to come back and see how the team has developed and grown.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
'Cause I know it's just going up from here for every sport we have.
Net touched by Sarah Weber, unfortunately. That's going to be 4-6. LSA in the lead. Fernandez again up to serve for the Pioneers. Ball's up to Hanner. Put it by Stone. Hanner again for a hit. Touch the pole. Point for the Eagles. Yeah, great call for that ref. Wasn't really sure if he saw that hit the pole because, you know, obviously we've seen a lot of girls knock into that net today. But ball did hit the pole. Glad that he saw that. Brooke Byers at the line for the Eagles. Ball's up to 14. Knocks it out of bounds, 6-6. Eagles ball once again. Brooke Byers again up to serve.
Yeah, caught a few of the LSA girls off guard. They thought it was going to be out, but they weren't ready for their teammate to touch it.
Ball's up again to number 14. 12 puts it up over the net to Harriman. Byers puts it up to Weber. Knocked down. Quick reaction from Avery Hodge, though. Can't get it past her. Crazy speed. 12 puts it over the net. Hodge putting it up for Hanner. And that's a bit out of bounds. and that's going to be LSA point.
Just those quick reflexes
I
from
know,
Avery.
that's what I was
Just
going to say.
right there.
She literally teleported. I like blinked my eye, and I didn't even blink an eye, and she was on the floor. I was like, how'd you do that? Number 2 for LSA up to serve. Byers puts it up for Reagan Heflin. Hit from number 6, Emma Quinton. That's going to be no good. 7-7, Eagles ball with Bailey Hanner up to serve. Ball's up, out of bounds, but just barely, but that's going to be another point for the Pioneers, 7-8. Now up to serve is going to be number 3, Tori Burkett, a senior for the Pioneers. Ball's up to Hodge, put up by Byers to Weber, tips it over, but tipped over by number 6 into Eagle territory. Number 6 is Emma Quinton, a senior, putting the score to 7-9. Tori Burkett again up to serve. Ball's up to Avery Hodge, putting it over the net. Hit over by number 10, Elena Pink, and that's going to be yet another point for the LSA Pioneers. Ball's up, hits the net. That's going to be an Eagles point. And now Eagles possession with a sub in for Avery Hodge, Madison Glenn, and Sarah Weber up to serve for the Eagles. Ball's up. 14 puts it up and over the net, but out of bounds, making that 9-10. Sarah Weber still up to serve.
You know, just like,
yeah, definitely what you were saying before about Sarah Weber. I knew that you were talking about it a bit with Mr. Reeves right now as you were off of the mic, but now we're talking about how Sarah is doing just a great job, just being a sophomore, but still being able to just grind with the varsity volleyball team and doing a great job at it. I would assume, looking at her, she was a junior, definitely with some amazing skill behind her. Hit over by Reagan Heflin, put up by number 7 again. Hit from Lauren S. for LSA, tipped off the fingers of one of the Eagles, giving them another point. Lily Sensick up to serve for the Lutheran South Academy Pioneers. Ball's up. Hit from Caitlin Harriman, humongous to number 2. Hit over by number 9. Attempted block from Reagan Heflin and both Maddie Glenn, but no good. Lands into Eagle territory, landing them at 9-13. LSA still in the lead and still in possession of the ball. Ball's up to Bailey Hanner, put up by Brooke Byers. Maddie Glenn tips it over. Hit back over, up by Byers, tipped over again by Glenn. Ball's put up and hit by number 9, blocked again by Maddie Glenn and Reagan Heflin, hitting it out of bounds though. 9-14, timeout called by the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Definitely need to have a talk right now. Tied up this game 1-1 in both of their sets. But Sammy, how do you think this set is going so far, considering that the Eagles have just come back from, that really, really close set before, now only 5 points behind LSA, but still behind in this set?
I think they're doing a great job. Just a little bit of maybe miscommunication on a couple of those. But sorry. But they're doing great. It's a few of these points. These last few points have been for LSA have been off of those blocks, and I don't know how you can fix that. Anything?
No, but I think that they're doing a great job nonetheless. I think that's just an equal thing. Yeah, I think that's an equal thing on both sides with some great blocks. Definitely just shows that both of these teams are incredible on the court. Lily Sensick again for the serve to Hanner. Byers puts it up to Heflin, knocking it out of bounds. 15-9. Sub in for Reagan Heflin is going to be Shea Stone. Again, LSA ball. Sensick at the line. Ball's up to Hanner once again. Byers puts it up to Harriman for a hit. 7 puts it up to number 9 for a big hit. Straight to Avery Hodge, gets it up. Hit from Bailey Hanner to 14. 7 again. Fernandez with the big hit. Touches the net, unfortunately, Caitlin Harriman. And that's going to be another point for the Pioneers. 9-16 in the lead.
I mean, it's unfortunate that these net calls keep happening, but at least the refs are doing a good job at catching those things on both sides.
Yeah, definitely need an even playing field for both of these teams. If you're going to call it on one team, call it on the other, you know?
Yeah.
7 puts it up to another hit from number 10, Pink. Hit from Shea Stone. 7 puts it up to Fernandez. Huge hit to Bailey Hanner and goes into the crowd. That's going to be another point for the Pioneers. Timeout again for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Sammy, any thoughts on your behalf?
No, I mean, I think both teams are playing really aggressive right now. You know, LSA just really knows how to be in the right spot at the right time, honestly. The Eagles really need to keep the score close, and they need to change the momentum of the game, you know. Make it more, bring up their offense a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell from, you know, football and from volleyball, basketball, things like that. You really only need one play to really start that momentum going on your team, whether it's a huge block, a huge hit, huge dig. Gets that adrenaline going in the rest of the team, so hopefully we're going to have something big happen so that those Eagles can profit off of that. And just keep pushing for the rest of the game, hopefully getting ahead and pulling a lead in this game. Sensick again for the serve to Hanner. Byers puts it up to Harriman again for a hit, and that is good!
There we go. There's that one play. Hopefully this energy and the momentum of this game is going to change and, you know,
start to go in the Eagles' direction.
Yeah.
Exactly. 10-17. Shea Stone again up to serve for the Eagles. Ball's up. Hits number 2. Hit from number 5 and just short of Caitlin Harriman. Alexa Fernandez, really great on the looks on the court. Can definitely find any opening that she wants and place the ball there. And I think that's to the Pioneers' advantage. Eagles definitely can move quick, but sometimes you can't move as quick as a falling ball.
So we had a sub, number 12, Isla Dietert. Sorry, I don't know how to say the name, but came in for our number 2, I believe. Taylor Crane for the LSA Pioneers.
Caitlin Harriman hit the ball, hits the net, no good. 19-10. Shea Stone puts the ball up for Brooke Byers. Big hit. Giant hit from number 9 to Bailey Hanner. Maddie Glenn puts it over the net. Tip over again, but saved by Avery Hodge. Hit from Caitlin Harriman. Goes to number 9. Ref says that it's over the line, number 10 for the Pioneers. So that's going to be another point for the Eagles, 10-19. Pioneers just a few points away from winning this third set, sorry. Both tied up 1-1 in their sets. So 2 more wins for either one of these teams is going to mean a win for them. Caitlin Harriman with the serve. Just a tad out of bounds. Probably could put a thumbtack between where they called it in and out for Caitlin Harriman. 20-11. 14 again up to serve for the Pioneers. Ball's up to Hodge. Stone puts it up for Hanner, and that's another point for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles.
you know, I keep repeating myself, and I know I do, but you just can't stop talking about how like amazing Bailey Hanner is with her hits. They're crazy good, and it's her fault for being that good.
So much power and so much dedication. It's almost unbelievable to even see that someone of this strength and this level of volleyball, we get to broadcast about and we get to see develop and go to college, hopefully. Hopefully she's signing over and hopefully doing some great things with her life.
Yeah, some big things going to happen for her, definitely. And hopefully for a lot more of these girls, too. They're great, skillful players.
Put over by Sarah Weber. Up by 14. Hit from Fernandez to Caitlin Harriman. Again from Brooke Byers. Hodge puts it over to Hanner, is going to tip it. Avery Hodge with the save. Tipped over once again by Shea Stone, and that's going to be a point for the Eagles. 14-20.
And I mean, again, Shea Stone has just developed into like a first-class sneaky setter dump person. I mean,
yeah, you never really know.
Yeah, you never know where she's going to place it or when she's going to do it.
Yeah, definitely gotten a lot better at that. I noticed at the first few games her starting to do that. Wasn't really quite getting the hang of it, but now I think she's found the perfect timing and the perfect chances to make sure the team doesn't understand or can't guess whenever she's about to do that. Put over by 12 to Hodge. Stone is going to put it up to Harriman for a hit. To 4. Going to put it up to 14. 12 is going to free it over to Harriman. Put up by Stone once again. Huge hit from Bailey Hanner. And good night, Nurse. That's going to be another point.
Man, that was a great hit. I think that was right on the line. I lost a few of my papers because I just went crazy on that. But man, I would not be surprised if Avery Hodge came out of this game with bruises all over her body. She's all over the floor.
Or maybe she's rubber. Maybe we're doubting her. Maybe she's
really?
like Flash from
Yeah.
The Incredibles. Maybe she's
Flash?
like Flat. Or what was his name?
Dash.
Dash.
No, but that's Elastigirl. That's the rubber one. The mom.
Maybe she's a mixture of all of them.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
you mean because she's fast?
Yeah.
Then that's
But then I was also
okay,
thinking
yeah,
rubber,
rubber.
you know. Yeah. We were both thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll just call her Mrs. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs.
I kind of like that.
So we got Bailey Hammer and Mrs. Incredible over there.
Avery Hodge, again for the serve, straight to number 9. Big hit from number 12, but blocked out. And out of bounds, a point for Fortman Christian. A bit of the entire crowd gasping because we weren't too sure what happened right there. Big block from Sarah Weber and Brooke Byers. Could still get the ball up, though. So Eagles kind of had to take a second glance, but hit it out of bounds, so that's going to be a point for them. 16-20. LSA still in the lead, but hopefully Eagles can pick it up soon.
Yeah, that last point right there. That was
a little stressful.
yeah. I started cheering too early, and then I kind of got scared about that, but, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely the number one rule that you learn in sports is never celebrate too early, but what do we always do? Celebrate too early. But
luckily we got that point, though.
Yeah, luckily. Pioneers just 5 points away from putting this set away for sure. Avery Hodge with the serve. Hit from Fernandez to Harriman. Up from Stone. Huge hit, Bailey Hanner. Good night.
Wow.
Jeez.
That is it. That was the hit of the night. That was an amazing hit. There. Right in between those two girls. Bam!
I know it's really weird to think about, but sometimes I think, what if a fly or a bug just happened to be there in between those two girls? And imagine.
It's gone.
Game over. Another hit from Bailey Hanner. Up from number 7. Hit from number 12. Out of bounds.
Did you see Caitlin? She dove to the floor and to get out of the way of that one because she knew it was
you
going
can't
out.
touch it. Yeah, you can't touch that. I would do it too. If it comes down to it, I'm hitting the floor. Good night.
What is that thing called? The death drop?
The death drop. Yeah.
That's what she just did. I think we're gonna get a reserve.
Yeah,
on
ref
that.
says sorry. My fault. Wasn't quite looking. Avery Hodge again, always with a smile on her face. Starts off the serve again. Up from 4 to Fernandez, is going to knock it out of bounds.
Ooh, just off the top of that block.
But yeah, just touched a little bit. Now it's going to be 21-18. Eagles catching up quite a bit. Didn't even notice. 3 points behind. But LSA only 4 points behind from winning this set. Fernandez with the serve to Harriman. Stone puts it up for Hanner for a huge hit, but out of bounds. But nonetheless, a huge hit.
Oh, okay. So the ref thought it went off the top of the block. Okay.
Definitely always in favor of the Eagles, but was going to have a little bit something to comment about if he said that was Bailey's point.
Yeah.
But glad that we have some really fair refs. Usually doesn't happen a lot in sports, but luckily this year, knock on wood, we've gotten some pretty good refs.
Yeah.
Fernandez again with the hit to Hanner. Put up by Stone. Again for another hit. Ball's tipped over. Avery Hodge, of course, is right there. Tipped over again by Shea Stone. Again to Harriman. Put up by Stone. To Brooke Byers is going to tip it over. 6 with the save. Fernandez puts it up to number 12. Up by Avery Hodge. To Bailey Hanner. And that's going to be called out of bounds on her ball. 23-18. LSA still in possession of the ball. Fernandez again at the line. Ball's up to Harriman. Stone puts it up. Tipped over by Hanner. Hit from number 9. That's going to hit the net. 19-23. Eagles just 1 point away from getting to 20. But LSA just 2 points away from winning this set completely. Brooke Byers in possession of the ball for the serve. Hopefully Eagles will get a little bit of a serving streak. Ball's up. To number 12. Fernandez puts it up. Hit from number 12. Byers puts it up to Harriman. Big hit. It hits the net 24-19.
Some really crucial points going up right now for LSA. Eagles need to lessen this gap right now. It's 19-24. Just one more. It's game point for LSA, or set point actually. But hopefully they can catch back up.
Crane with the serve to Harriman. And that's going to be a win for LSA for this set, 2-1. Eagles just trailing from one set. We have a few more games to go. Hopefully, LSA winning one more game wins this, or winning one more set wins this entire game. Eagles can't, however, catch up. They do have one more opportunity to hopefully just get some water, get a little bit of cool down time. But Sammy, we do have some awesome sponsors here tonight who let us broadcast to you and let you guys hear tonight. So can you go ahead and mention those for me?
Yeah, so we would just like to give a huge shout out and thank you to Clay Kaminsky with the Fort Bend County Farm Bureau Insurance. They are a proud sponsor of the Eagles on the Air, and Fort Bend County Farm Bureau has proudly served the insurance needs of Texas and Fort Bend County residents for over 40 years. So please call Clay for your free insurance quote at 281-723-6594. Again, 281-723-6594, or look them up online. Thank you, Clay, for your support of the Eagles on the Air and the Fort Bend Christian Athletics.
Sammy, here we've had a great first 3 sets so far. Eagles, unfortunately, still losing by 1 set. LSA up 2. Do we have any idea what we can do maybe to get ourselves ahead. I think both teams are doing pretty well. I'm not really sure what the Eagles can do more than this. Not to say that it's sheer luck, but sometimes it just comes down to where the ball lands for each of the teams. You know what I mean? But I think both of these teams do have some great talent. I want to see an equal amount of talent. Considering watching both of these scores, them staying pretty even, that shows that it's a pretty good game, pretty good matchup. So let's hope that the Eagles can pull through for this next set.
Yeah. You know, like we said before, they're the top teams in district right now, so it's gonna be a close match no matter what. But yeah, just we need to see some really aggressive offense and defense from the Eagles team if they really want to pull through in this fourth set to be able to go to the fifth for the win.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while since Eagle volleyball has been in the light of TAPS and Max Preps and being up there 1 through 3rd place for district, for state. Last time we did that was probably our freshman year where we won state for volleyball, but hopefully I'm thinking this team might just be good enough to go, but let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Serve from Brooke Byers just hits the top of the net, can't make it over. First point for LSA. And up to serve now, number 9, Lauren S. for the Pioneers. Ball's up to Hanner, put up by Byers, to a big hit from Maddie Glenn, put up by 14 again, to Fernandez, put up by Bailey Hanner. Another hit from Hanner. Knocked down by Maddie Glenn for a point for the Eagles.
Wow. Like I said before, she's a wall, and she's a great offensive player at the net right there.
I know, geez. I couldn't even – that's my one thing. I love watching volleyball, but I couldn't even imagine being on the other side of the net and imagine just Maddie Glenn towering over you.
Woo! That was an ace. That was an ace.
That was an ace,
right
Caitlin Harriman.
Sorry. Yeah, no, what you said before, exactly.
No, but second ace of the night, and only Caitlin has done both of these aces.
Yes.
So, incredible job. As I was saying, I mean, her with just her jump serve, something about it just gets past these teams every single time.
No, really.
Just a hair off for Caitlin Harriman. But nonetheless, you can't deny crazy, crazy good volleyball player. Number 14 again up to serve for LSA. Ball's up to Hanner. Almost hits the rafters. Hit over by Caitlin Harriman. Hit from Fernandez. Blocked by Bailey Hanner. Ball's up again by number 12. Put up by Avery Hodge to Bailey Hanner for a huge hit! Woo!
Wow, that was a killer hit.
I know
Bailey Hammer.
Yeah, that one's definitely gonna leave a dent in the court.
Yeah, really.
But man, Bailey Hanner with those hits, you cannot deny. Those would give you a little bit of a 3rd-degree burn if they hit you. Big hit from Fernandez. Speaking of burns on those hits, Fernandez doing a great job, let alone taking all those hits from, these big players like Bailey Hanner and Caitlin Harriman, but also can dish them out too. One of the key players, I think, on this team, and an awesome server. Besides that, Brooke Byers puts it up for Hanner again for a big hit. Woo! Out of bounds. 4-3. Eagles now in the lead in this 3rd set. Sub out. Reagan Heflin for Shea Stone up to serve.
Great watching, too, like watching where the ball is and knowing where you are on the court to know that the ball is going to go out.
Exactly. Great awareness. And as you can see now, and as you can hear, some great communication happening. So I'm sure the coach had a conversation with them about that.
Yeah.
Ball's freed over by Fernandez. Put up by Avery Hodge. Hit from Sarah Weber. And good night, nurse. That's going to be a point for the Eagles.
No, yeah, as you're saying about the communication, I was saying in the first set how they needed to pick that communication up, and they definitely did that. The communication is just it's a lot better in this set and the sets before too.
Yeah, definitely. You have to get warmed up in
Yeah.
a game. You know, it starts out, no one's really talking. Everyone's just kind of minding their own business. Muscles are kind of tight, but you get used to it. You get into the groove of the game. You start getting excited. And that's when things really pick up.
Especially in a game like with one of your top competitors, your nerves are just off the wall.
Exactly. Crane up to serve to Hodge. Put up by Stone for a hit from Hanner. Fernandez puts it up to number 12 for a hit, and that's going to be a point for LSA, tying up the game 5-5.
Man, just off the block again. Those points suck. When you got the block, but it just tips off the wrong way.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was saying where, you know, I don't really know if it's something that the teams are each lacking. I just think it's things like that where I don't want to call it luck necessarily, but kind of. Or it just depends on how the ball lands.
Yeah.
Hanner again for the serve. Eagles 1 point ahead. Ball's up and over the net. And about a foot out of bounds. So it's going to be tied up again, 6-6. LSA ball up to serve. Tori Burkett.
So again, just keep an eye out on Twitter or Instagram for the contest of who the player of the game is. That was in. There we go. Caitlin found the spot.
Yeah, I was very silently pointing.
Yeah,
at the corner.
I saw you. No, yeah. But again, keep an eye out on Instagram and Twitter for that because we are picking a player of the game for this game. Yeah, and if you win, you can get a gift card to like Whataburger, Chick-fil-A. I think there was one like
Jeans
store,
Day Pass.
a Jeans Day Pass.
Yeah.
There was one store like Target or something. I think that was a gift card. But
yeah, we have a ton of really cool gifts, really cool shout-outs for you guys to go ahead and do. 8-6 for the Eagles. Sarah Weber again for the serve. Ball's up. It's number 2. Couldn't quite take the heat. It's going to put the Eagles in double digits, 10-6.
Eagles actually leading this set, coming out really strong in this fourth set. So yeah, it's just they're doing a great job with communication and hustling and everything, just all over the court, ready for any ball that comes to them.
Now we are having a little bit of a discussion about who our player of the game is going to be. We have some great competitors tonight. You know, of course we have, the usual Caitlin Harriman, Maddie Glenn, and Bailey Hanner, and Avery Hodge as well. We always have her to consider all over the court at all times.
Yeah, we have Maddie. She's been getting some great hits and blocks, along with Bailey with those amazing kills. But we have Avery, who's playing amazing defense tonight, along with Caitlin Harriman.
Ball from Sarah Weber. And that's going to be a point for the Eagles. Point again for the Eagles. It's going to be 11-6. Eagles now in the lead by 5 points. It's going to be Sarah Weber up to serve. To 14 for a nice little dig. Hit from Caitlin Harriman off of the arms at number 2, and that's going to be 12-6. Eagles still in the lead, and Sarah Weber still up to serve. Ball's up to 14 once again. Puts it up to number 9. Off the arms of Bailey Hanner, out of bounds. Giving the possession to LSA, 12-7. Still 5 points ahead, or the Eagles. But now with number 7, Lily Sensick up to serve for LSA. To Hanner, puts it up by Stone. Hit from Brooke Byers. 7 puts it up once again to Fernandez for a huge hit. Out of bounds, and that's going to be an Eagles ball. Brooke Byers again for the serve. Ball's up to 2. 7 puts it up to number 9. Tips it over. Avery Hodge right there to grab it. Hit from Caitlin Harriman to 14 deep in the court. Another hit from number 9 blocked by Reagan Heflin and both Maddie Glenn. And they say, good night. We want that point. 14-7. Byers again up to serve for the Eagles. Ball's up to Fernandez, put up by number 9, hit, and that's going to be in Eagles territory, and that's going to have another point for LSA, leaving them with the possession. Up to serve, Lauren S. once again for LSA. Ball's up to Bailey Hanner, put up by Brooke Byers. Big hit from Maddie Glenn. 10 puts it up to Fernandez off the arms of Avery Hodge. Couldn't quite get a grip of it. That's going to be another point for LSA. Almost at double digits, 14-9. LSA still in possession of the ball. Ball's up to Hanner, put up by Byers. It's going to be an over-the-line call for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles, so that's going to be the double-digit point for LSA, 14-10, with number 9, Lauren S., still up to serve. That's going to hit the net, be an Eagles point as well as an Eagles possession. Caitlin Harriman up to serve for the Eagles. Hopefully he's going to bring us a few more points up here. About to hit 20, just 5 points ahead. Ball's up. 7 puts it up to Fernandez for a huge hit. Brooke Byers on the save. Freed over by Avery Hodge. That's going to be out of bounds. And another point for the Pioneers. Up to serve again, number 14. Ball's up, out of bounds. Yeah, a lot of weight, a lot of steam on that ball. Neither way do I look at a ball going way out of bounds because he hit it really hard. A bad thing for the most part. If it happens once in a while, why not? Just showing off a little bit of your strength. Avery Hodge in for the serve. Hits the middle of the net, so that's going to be LSA ball, 16-12, with number 5, Fernandez up to serve. Ball's up to Harriman, put it by Byers. Huge hit from Bailey Hanner. Ball's up. Harriman with the save, up by Brooke Byers once again. To Reagan Heflin. Avery Hodge up by Byers to Hanner, tips it over. Hodge again underneath that ball. Tip from Sarah Weber. Hit from number 12. Saved Caitlin Harriman. Byers puts it up again for a hit from Bailey Hanner. Knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be Eagles point. 17-12 up to serve. It's going to be Shea Stone for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Looks to be doing pretty good. Still 5 points ahead. Still keeping that constant 5 points ahead. But ahead is ahead no matter what. Fernandez puts it up to number 6. Emma Quinton knocked out of bounds. Team is saying that they tapped it. Refs are going to go ahead and have a conversation about that. About that call. Ball seemed to go out of bounds on the right side of the court. We do have a poll out now. If you could guess on our Instagram, if you could guess if you could guess who our player of the game is before we say it, and you're the first person to say it and comment it, slide up and tell us who you think it is for this varsity volleyball game, you will win a prize. We'll tell you who our player of the game is by the end of the game, and you can see if you've won, we'll go ahead and contact you. Up again to serve Shay Stone for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. 18-12. Still going to stay Eagles point for that debated point. Ball's up. Put up by 12. Fernandez is going to put it up. Big hit for number 12. Snuffed out and blocked. Bailey Hanner in on the kill.
Man, tonight it's going to be hard to pick a player of the game. As we said before, these girls are just
they're all doing such an incredible job. I mean, how do you even pick a player of the night when they're all playing to their best degree?
Yeah.
But 19-12, Eagles doing a great job, great comeback. First time in a while where we've seen them in a pretty large lead, 7 points. Hopefully getting a few talks in from the coach. Hopefully just some words of encouragement, telling them to keep going. Nothing much that we have to say for either varsity team. Both of them doing a great job, keeping it pretty professional. Refs doing a great job as well. Coaches, awesome. Thank you to our trainers, Danielle, always for always being here. We have a great training team here at Fort Bend Christian Academy. Always there to lend a helping hand. All together, we make this huge family that somehow works together, and mixture between our trainers, our broadcasting team, our sports players, our fans, all works together in harmony. Shay Stone with the serve, puts it up, 14. Huge hit. Shay Stone just passed it. And that's going to be a point for LSA. Caitlin Harriman goes diving for it, getting a little scared. Caitlin, listen, we definitely need you on the court. Please be careful.
Yeah. No concussions, please. But
number 2, Taylor Crane up to serve for the Pioneers. Ball's up to Caitlin. Stone puts it up to Hanner for a huge kill. Put up by number 5 and freed over to Hodge. Put up by Stone again. Bailey Hanner with the tip, and that's going to be the 20-point marker for your Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Just 5 points away from tying up this game.
Yeah. I think she saw that they were all ready for her big hit, so she said, nope, I'm going to tip it. I'm going to fake all of you out.
It's weirdly like the previous game that we had. The last time we were in LSA territory. But a really, really close game where we were both just winning one set after another, and you couldn't really tell who's going to come. Woo!
Yes!
Humongo hit from Caitlin Harriman, blocked off, but was hit so hard into the hands of those girls that it flies into the other direction, landing it out of bounds, and another point for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Up to serve once again, Bailey Hanner. Ball's up to 14. Put up by Fernandez, hit from number 9 to Hodge. Put up by Stone to Harriman. Out of bounds.
That last hit from Caitlin just shows the amount of power from earlier from her serves. Just shows how much power she has behind the ball. And just yoinks that thing out of bounds from the block.
I like that adjective, yoinks. Caitlin Harriman trying to go in, a little flabbergasted after that entire ordeal with that ref. Couldn't really get the right call in her opinion. So 21-15, 6 points ahead. LSA still in possession, but Eagles still hopefully to keep that lead. Still hoping to keep that lead. Bailey Hanner with a humongous kill, and that's going to be a point. For LSA. Out of bounds, it was called timeout for the Eagles.
It's just some really outstanding volleyball is being played here tonight. Even with the limited crowd due to COVID, it's just the enthusiasm in here from the student section and the fans. Just it's crazy. It feels like there's like 1,000 fans in here.
Yeah, and you can't do much other than to just think how blessed we are to be at school, even if it is with masks and the proper social distancing, which we know that all of our teachers really have a big stance on that, definitely keeping us safe. Our athletic director Kelly Carroll, definitely all over the sports players and the sports teams about being careful. And we just want to say thank you to all of our administration, to all of our sports directors for keeping us all safe and for giving us a great year so far, giving us a great volleyball game and a great broadcasting team.
Yes, thank you.
Ball's up again, number 3 to Avery Hodge, put up by Stone, hit from Harriman. Out of bounds, and that's going to be 22-16. Eagles in the lead, 3 points away from game point. 2 points away from game point, 3 points away from winning. Maddie Glenn is going to get subbed in. So sorry.
No, you're fine.
For
Avery Hodge.
Yeah,
there we go.
Sarah Weber going in, almost gets an ace the way that was looking. Saved by Bailey Hanner, freed over by Caitlin Harriman. Great recovery. Hit for number 10. Shea Stone takes it like a champ to another hit from Caitlin Harriman, just a bit short. 22-17. Sub back out Sarah Weber for Avery Hodge. Definitely need her on defense right now. It's probably why coach was like, you know what? Actually, I need you right back in. Yeah, if you want defense, put in Avery Hodge. If you want offense, put in Avery Hodge, but also put in Sarah Weber. I'll switch them out. Brooke Byers with the hit over the net. Number 9 tries to go in for a hit, blocked by both Brooke Byers and Madison Glenn. It's going to be a point again for the Eagles. Sub in Shea Stone for Reagan Heflin. 2 points away from winning this game with Brooke Byers up to serve for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Could tie up this game 2-2 sets, and then, hey, we'll just wait for now and see how this ends.
Yeah.
Fernandez puts it up. Tip over the net. Hodge puts it up to Heflin. Hits it over the net. Fernandez again with a hit block from Madison Glenn.
Man!
Oh
my God.
No, and walked away like she owned it. Didn't even bat an eye.
Yeah, really. No, the seniors are really showing off their skills tonight, both offensively and defensively. Defensively,
100%.
Just crazy amount of blocking from Maddie Glenn and digging from Caitlin. Just wow.
Absolutely. Brooke Byers again with the serve. Ball's up from number 2. Hit from Fernandez. Hodge puts it up to Byers to a hit from Bailey Hanner. Hit from number 9 to Hanner again. Puts it over the net. Great dig. Hit from Fernandez, a block from Harriman and Glenn. Ball's up and freed over to Hodge. Byers puts it over to Harriman. Tips it over. Oh, steps over that net. Yeah, definitely you could tell. Just slipped up. It happens. 24-18. It's going to be LSA possession now. Number 9 up to serve. Lauren S. Ball's hit out of bounds by Bailey Hanner, so it's going to be 19-24. Eagles at their game point, away from winning the set and tying up the entire game.
Yeah, this point is always the hardest to get.
Yeah, the other team is trying their hardest to not let you get it, and you're trying your hardest to get it. There you go, tying up the game.
Sorry.
Tying up the game, 25-19. Eagles are coming back. Last game that we have of this entire volleyball game is going to be right after a quick short break. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, please just stay waiting. We're about to give you both our player of the game and our last set of this volleyball game to you in a few minutes. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to now the 5th set. Man, we've been here for a hot minute. Fort Bend Christian Academy versus Lutheran South Academy. First set won by Fort Bend. Second Baptist. Second LSA. Third Fort Bend. Fourth. Wait.
No, you got it back.
Third.
First LSA, second us, third LSA, fourth us.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Off and on for both of our teams. But this is the last and final game. Whichever team wins this game wins this set, wins the entire game. Both teams pretty pumped up. Student section, as small as it is, being really, really loud for these Eagles, as well as the LSA bench, as well cheering on their team plenty.
Yes, and this set only goes to 15 points, so it really comes out to who has the big lead in the beginning. Those are the most crucial points, are the beginning points.
Big dig, Bailey Hanner. Big block from both Brooke Byers and Maddie Glenn. Gets on their side of the net, however. That's going to be the first point for LSA. Up to serve again, Lily Sensick. Ball's up to Harriman. Stone puts it up. As we were saying before, Sammy, I mean, it's just got to be this communication on the court.
Yeah.
You get used to it. You get into, this machine type. You just keep going and going and going, and you're not thinking about anybody but yourself, which, I mean, to be fair, you got to be really focused on yourself during volleyball, but you also got to communicate with your teammates. One of those fatal flaws. Hit again from Caitlin Harriman.
Woo! Yes, net call. Sorry. That was a net call, actually.
Yeah, hand a bit too in our territory for our liking. 1-2. Visitors, LSA, are still in the lead. Sub in Reagan Heflin for Shea Stone. To serve is going to be Brooke Byers. Ball's up. Straight to Fernandez. 7 puts it up. Fernandez with a kill. Avery Hodge puts it up to Harriman. He's going to tip it over the net. Up to 14. Byers puts it up for Harriman for a huge hit. And that's going to be a point for the Eagles. Maddie Glenn right there just in case for the block. Tying up the game 2-2. Up to serve now. For the Eagles is going to be Brooke Byers once again. Ball's up. Straight to Fernandez. Hit from number 9. Point on LSA. Number 5, Maddie Glenn, seemed to step over the line underneath the net. Happens sometimes. LSA ball 2-3, just in the lead by 1 point. Lauren S. again up to serve. To Bailey Hanner. Brooke Byers puts it up for Maddie Glenn. Ball's up, and Fernandez for a kill. Just out of reach for both Caitlin Harriman and Bailey Hanner. Putting another point on the scoreboard for LSA. 2-4. As Sammy said before, this game only goes to 15, so you definitely want to get your hand on the ball as much as you can. Byers puts it up to Harriman. Knocked out of bounds. 3-4 now. Eagles ball. And up to serve is going to be Caitlin Harriman. That's definitely who we want up to serve whenever you only have a few more serves to go in order to win this game. You definitely want to put your star pupils in. Ball's up to 14. And
Great
that's
serve.
an ace. Caitlin Harriman for her 3rd ace of the game. And only Caitlin Harriman this game has given any aces, has in fact given all 3 aces that we have tonight. With her awesome serving skills, you can't deny how great of a volleyball player this kid is.
Yeah, the Eagles really need to keep the score close and get in that lead.
Woo-wee!
I think it's going to happen right now.
And
with
that's
Caitlin.
going to be.
Knock on wood. But they need to change the momentum to being more,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Things like this, you get one,
Yeah.
you get something happening, and your entire team just starts to pick up completely. Ace number 4 for Caitlin Harriman, going up for her third serve. Kill from Fernandez, off the tips of the fingers of Caitlin Harriman, tying up the game 5-5. Once again, up to serve for the Pioneers is going to be number 14.
Man, this game is so intense. I'm literally on the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out.
Huge serve from number 14. Goes up in the rafters. Hit over by Bailey Hanner.
Yeah!
Hit over by Bailey Hanner, and that's going to be a point for the Eagles. None of the LSA ladies even looking in that general direction for Bailey Hanner to be able to recover that ball. Up from the rafters, crazy ball control on their end. But up to serve is Avery Hodge to number 9. Puts it up again for Fernandez for another kill. Man, Fernandez, number 5, is just one of the key players you can definitely tell on the LSA team. Does not stop killing no matter what is happening around her. Goes in for every single hit, I feel like. Always on the line to go up and serve for LSA, and just a great all-around player. Ball's up to Harriman once again. Byers puts it up to Hanner for a hit. Dug by number 12. 14 again with a huge hit to Avery.
Oh, no.
Put
Little
up a-
off with that
yeah.
hit. I mean, set, sorry.
Brooke Byers just a little bit off of the set to Reagan Heflin. That's going to be a point for LSA, 6-7. LSA in the lead by 1 point. And again to serve Fernandez, number 5. Ball's up to Harriman. Byers puts it up and freed over by Hanner. Fernandez puts it up to number 12. Tossed over to Brooke Byers, up by Hodge, and a huge hit. Bailey Hanner somehow ends up in the back of the court and freed over by number 5. Put up by Brooke Byers and tipped over by Bailey Hanner, but unfortunately out of bounds. Timeout called for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Sammy, what are you thinking that we got to do? I mean, they are 6 points away from winning this game, us 9. So what are you thinking we could do to maybe get this victory tonight?
You know, well, Mr. Reeves over here is saying that the student section needs to be louder. I agree. You know, they're doing a great job, but you know, louder student section means a lot more energy, which helps the players a lot. With going in the game, because the more energy that they have, the more energy the players have, and you know, it helps a lot.
Again, we have number 5 up to serve for Lutheran South Academy. Straight to Bailey Hanner. Brooke Byers puts it up again for Hanner. Rolls across the top of the net. And that's going to be another point for the Pioneers. 6-9.
But yeah, as I was saying before, energy from the crowd really gets the game moving. I mean, the girls last time at the LSA game, they said the energy that we brought really helped them to keep going. And
yeah, fans will definitely make a difference in this game. 6-10. 9 points away for the Eagles to win this game, and 5 points away for LSA. We're going to have a quick timeout for the Eagles.
Lily, be louder. With the rest of you, be louder. Be louder.
Yeah, definitely giving our student section a little bit of a certain talking to, because definitely if Sammy and I were over in that student section, unfortunately the LSA team would be deaf the way that we would be screaming. So school spirit nonetheless is a big factor in these games. Fans on your side definitely completely change the outlook that you have on one of these games. Fernandez again up to serve to Hanner, put up by Stone. Hanner for the kill. Inside! It's in! 7-10, Bailey Hanner for the kill. To serve, Shea Stone.
That's the kind of momentum change that we needed right there, and hopefully we can keep it going with the rest of this set.
Shea Stone puts the ball up. 6 with the kill to Bailey Hanner. Put up by Shea Stone, freed over by Sarah Weber. To number 9, put up by Fernandez. Tip by number 3. Avery Hodge puts it up. Kill from Bailey Hanner. Makes it over by number 14. Tipped over by Shea Stone. Put over by 12 again to Harriman. Put up by Stone. To Bailey Hanner for a kill. Great rally going on between both of these teams. Number 12 tipping over the ball just in front of Shea Stone. Couldn't quite get it. Just a bit in front of her. 7-11. Just 4 points away from winning this game is LSA. And now up to serve. So now in possession of the ball. Things looking pretty good for LSA. However, the Eagles definitely can recover from this. Pretty close game so far. Just 4 points. Just a 4-point deficit between the Eagles and the Pioneers. Brooke Byers with the kill to 14. Put up by Fernandez. Fakes it and tips it over the net. No communication on that court once again, and that's going to be just a handed over point to the Pioneers. It's going to be another serve again from number 2 for the Pioneers. 12-7. Pioneers just 3 points away from winning this game. Ball's up. Out of bounds. 8-12. Now it's going to be Eagles possession. Definitely wanting Bailey Hanner to go in for this serve that we have right now. Definitely could bring it back how close we are in scores. Ball's up to 14. Hit from number 3. Heflin's going to put it up for Harriman. To 14 once again. Put up by 5. 9's going to go in for a kill. Blocked, but knocked out of bounds. 13-8. Ladies and gentlemen, kind of a stressful time to bring it up, but we do have a player of the game, Madison Glenn tonight. Again, Maddie Glenn is the player of the game tonight. Amazing job, as you can see even right now, doing an incredible on the field. Another point for the Eagles, 9-13. And here comes our player of the game right now, Maddie Glenn, coming onto the court for these last few minutes of the game. Definitely well earned, doing an incredible job on both defense and offense. But here we have Sarah Weber for the serve. Puts it to 2. Number 9 goes up for the hit. Blocked, but tipped out of bounds. 14-9 game point for these LSA Pioneers. And up to serve is going to be number 7.
Eagles really need right now. It's the last point of this match, and it's very stressful, but I believe we can do it.
Ball's up to Bailey Hanner. Heflin puts it up to Harriman. Kill. 7 puts it up to number 5 again. Blocked. Out of bounds. And that's going to be it for the Fort Bend Christian Academy game. LSA versus Fort Bend Christian Academy. 9-15 is the ending score for this 5th set. As we said before, Sammy Williams, thank you so much for joining me tonight while broadcasting. Again, our player of the game, Madison Glenn. We did have our 2 sponsors, as we said before, Southwest and Clay Kaminsky, Southwest Farm Bureau Insurance.
No. Southwest Surgical and
Fort Bend Farm Bureau Insurance. Yes. Okay, got them a little bit mixed up.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to the Booster Club. Thank you for everyone helping out tonight. Evan Carpenter, Zuber, Mr. Williams, as well as Sammy. And thank you so much, folks, for tuning in tonight. My name is Camille Choi.
And I'm Sammy Williams.
Here with the Eagles on the Air broadcasting team, signing off.